Hello, and welcome to the World at War. Direbear's Tuesday Night, Scion's 2nd Edition Chronicle. If you were with us last week, let's see, what did you see? You saw some breaking and entering, some stalking. What else was there? I believe Robert was
But you
doing
mean
some
from us or from someone else?
From y'all.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
breaking into people's houses.
Never broke into the house. I just went to the trailer park.
I think he's talking
You just
about
went and hung around
Jaden.
where other people's kids are. It's just weird. Talking to
One person's kids are. One person. Okay, like 3 people's kids. Maybe 5.
Mostly one person's progeny.
Hey,
believe
the
it was
women you
called
talked
a
to all
puppy
had
farm.
progeny there. And Jaden did break into somebody's apartment.
About to say, I think he was talking about Jaden when he said
Probably.
breaking and entering.
No, I understand. I just had to plead my case.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Yep, that's how it works in this game. This guy's been our DM for like 3 years now.
All right. So you found out where Chad lived and where he kept, you hope, all of his children. Spoilers, that's probably not all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't he naming off names for a solid 10 minutes?
No, he named like 10 or 12.
Okay, yeah.
You didn't see, well, there was plenty of room at the trailer park for that many, but there weren't actually that many out playing, so you don't know. But you found where Chad lived. You found where Penelope lived. You found a ranch outside of town where Connor found out for sure that Dixie and Kim were currently there.
Yeah.
As well as a large, as the bulk, apparently, of the Varangian Guard. Ranch track, / training facility.
Time to nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Let's see, was there any other significant discoveries that any of
Not
you
sure.
think of?
We know for sure who Penelope's parentage is now.
We know who they all are.
Yeah, but I mean, we had rumors on most of them, but now we know for sure on them.
Right, and Penelope was basically the last one you weren't certain of.
Yep.
Now we know for sure they're all Titans.
Yep.
Children of, but yeah.
Sure.
Well, in the case of Kim, he was simply a student of. But...
Yeah.
And to be fair, there are lots of deities that will send their children to White Eyebrows for training. The man does good work. Just, don't trust him. So, I think with the discovery of Dixie and Kim at the ranch was more or less the last thing we covered.
Yep.
Had all of you... Were y'all still grouped up at the farmhouse?
I think most of us were. I know Talarius went back to their place.
Yeah.
That's right, because they were working on...
They were working on stuff.
Well, they were working on stuff, but they were also, like, hacking electronic listening devices that had been left in their apartment.
Yep.
That kind of day, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So, so far it's been like that for the past week. The workplace. It's the best of times. It's the worst of times.
Yeah,
No,
thankfully,
it's the worst of times.
thankfully I'm off work this week.
Woo!
Unfortunately, I came down with the flu Thursday, so I'm just starting to feel normal today.
Not woo.
I hate that you feel like crap, Cap.
Well, like I said, I'm feeling better today, but the first 3 days was like, I've got free time and no energy to do anything more than sit here and watch YouTube videos.
I
That's a
feel
full
that.
ass mood.
That is a
Yes,
full
it
ass
is.
mood.
Under my Snuggie for the first 2 days. I have to get the 3D printer fired up the last couple of days. But anyway, back to the game.
I mean,
First tangent out of the way.
I've got this blanket thing here.
Yeah, electric
No,
blanket.
no, no, not while gaming. You'll fall asleep.
Yes, I know. It's weighted and heating.
Oh god,
Odd.
that's a lethal combo there.
Oh. I just found it up in my closet up there. I was like, I wonder if I have like a thicker blanket I can just like curl up in because I'm cold. And then, oh, this is weighted. Oh, it has a cord. Ooh, it has 5 heat settings.
Oh man.
It goes from a very light, like like kissed by sunlight to I heard you like sitting in an oven. I usually set it on that when I go to bed.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the game.
The game.
All right. So y'all got all this information. Oh, and it should be noted, and I think I even wrote it down. Connor laid a curse upon the Varangian Guard.
I did.
Wasn't it to be the most incompetent SOBs possible?
Well,
Or
they'll
was
they'll just never get there in time.
Oh, to always be essentially fashionably late,
Right.
as it were.
Well, really have difficulty doing their job unless it involved protecting innocence. I think it was the caveat he put on it.
Yeah, and unless they are, well, I need to get up and stretch. I'll stop talking. Unless they are specifically protecting civilian lives, they are cursed to basically be always narratively never quite fast enough.
Which we saw that in action last week.
Yeah.
But so anyway, you've got the information on the band. You're still curious about the Mr. Sandquist, but what's going on with him? Warren, I believe was his first name. Warren Sandquist.
Yes.
So what are y'all tackling?
Well, I'd love for Robert to go ahead and finish and have his shiny new hammer. If you're alright with that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. All this running around and investigating would have taken several hours. And you guys may sit around and debate how to go about it.
Yeah. Connor would send out a message like, we need to have a meeting ASAP.
Have a meeting.
I think you're actually the only one in the city.
And Sasha went to the trailer park with Talarius.
That's right. Well, that's
So-
authors.
Well, that's yeah, I think it's
Authors.
in the opposite
Authors.
city.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, so everyone's on the proper end of this, on that end of the city.
I think
Okay.
except for Robert.
No, Robert's in the at the safe house with Connor Prime, which is on that end of the lake.
Mm,
Yeah, y'all's safe house is out of town to the east of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the Varangian band's safe house is apparently out of the city
Out
to
of
the
town
west.
on the west. Yeah. I
Who would have
noticed.
thought?
Jets
you-
versus sharks kind of thing going on
Yeah, I
here.
was gonna say we're gonna do like this.
So who's lurking to the north of the city?
Probably that asshole that completely betrayed us to the
Two-
Alpha Dogs and dipped
The two Hadadanen,
to Hadadanen.
just for no reason.
I mean-
Freaking Faye.
Yeah.
Be back.
hmm
All right, so the gang gets back together at the safe house.
Jeez.
Getting the band back together.
Correct. Swapping stories.
Getting ready for that return tour.
hmm
Dane has a good laugh about turning all the little idols on the altar around backwards. Behold, your gods have turned their back on you.
You think we jest? Do you not see your altars?
Well, got some options here. I found Kim and Dixie at the ranch. They're there
Oh.
with pretty much the entirety of the Varangian Guard.
Oh, isn't that cute?
It would not surprise me if the other two were there as well.
Probably just not sitting where you found Kim and Dixie, I assume.
Yeah.
I'm sure if there's a library or some type of area of study, that would be where Penelope would be found.
If she's even mobile right now.
Huh, that's fair.
Because I may or may not have caused severe grievous injury.
Oh,
What did you do
Well,
besides
The
being the
whirlpool.
Chaos Child?
yeah, you know the lake doing its undulation thing with the whirlpool.
I remember.
Yeah, when I was flying out here, after getting Shauna, I kind of flash boiled the whirlpool,
and you think she?
which caused about a 50-foot geyser of boiling hot water.
Well, if anything, she ain't. Hopefully, it doesn't affect her in the way I'm thinking, because at that point, she may not be immobile, but she ain't gonna have the prettiest face right now. Probably
Well,
a handful of
well-
burns, if I had to guess.
Like I said, it's a possibility, but
Well, needless to say, she won't have a chip on her shoulder against you if she didn't already.
I'm fine with that.
Oh,
That's if she knows it was him.
Well, there's not very many other people that can pull that kind of stunt, so there's only two options.
I mean, does she know that you have a dragon?
I think we mentioned it during the meeting.
No, pretty positive we haven't said nothing. But
Well, I don't know.
I
When
could
y'all,
be wrong.
when y'all had the big meeting to pool your resources, I think y'all were talking about everything y'all had available to combat Scylla.
I remember her saying something about, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. She's aware that Shauna exists, just not how big she is or the various abilities or powers she has.
Oh, let's keep that feather tucked in our cap for now. That might be something of an advantage, as it were.
Yep.
Alright, so we know of their locale. I would guess that both Shauna and Talirius are here.
Hmm?
Right, so what did you two discover? I'm assuming Estate Chad was as luxurious as it sounds.
I'm not sure
Uh,
if they're brainwashed or not.
Many children.
That's a.
Mm.
I wouldn't say they were brainwashed. Just given guess because there are lifestyles that practice that of having many wives with one
Yes,
person.
but I don't know, just felt almost like a cult.
A little bit.
I mean, again, he, depending on how you weave the tale, no one can't say that they think of him as a child of a god, which might, give them some benefit later, or at least the bragging rights of I birthed the son of a god's child, so to speak. So again, there could just be blind faith in this. Who knows?
Hmm.
The mentality of a human's mind is very weird.
There was something of power back there, probably a relic, but I don't think we would have been able to look at it without drawing the attention of the guards that were posted there.
Probably
Not with our
not.
proclivities.
Yeah.
No, and if anything, I remember of housewives, 9 times out of 10, they are good neighbors and they will make sure that they watch every little thing that's not normal in the area.
Well, that's the thing. We tried asking about it, and they were like, "No, everything's fine here."
No, 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 no. You fail to understand what I meant by that. That would be more inclined to making and keeping an eye on you two, because you
Oh,
are the oddball of the area. So
you
they would
don't look
have.
like me.
No, my point
He'll
being,
just say something about two people being there that weren't typical. The fact that two people came around asking for interviews will spread.
You were outsiders to the community.
Stranger
They
danger.
Sure.
will
basically, and being outsiders of the community, the housewives of the area would have most definitely watched every step y'all had made.
The real housewives of Chad Bronson.
I hate it. I really hate it.
A good one, sir. um. Okay.
Don't
So
worry,
we
he's not
have
actually
that.
married any of them. It would be the real baby's mamas of Chad Bronson.
That doesn't make me hate it any less.
Nope, it's
Well, ain't
just
nothing I can do
got
for
that.
you then.
So all that is left is the Penelope's place. How'd that go?
She has guards, a guard posted there that changes every few hours.
About on par. Anything else? Anything interesting?
I mean, besides the pictures, nothing.
I want to point out Tilleris is also just because I'm doing it, Tilleris is canonically eating pho in front of you guys.
Scully, please
It's method
stop.
acting.
Yep.
Just picked it up on the way back like I'm
I'm
hungry.
very good at role playing.
It's not you being rude to the viewers. No, it's method acting.
Yep.
Says the guy that cracks at least 2 sodas per game.
Well, alright.
Only
So basically, we at least have some semblance of ideas of what's going on. So we didn't find Chad, didn't technically find Penelope, but at least we found the other two, so at least half found. So that's a start.
What do we do with the information? Do we try and take them out? Do we let them continue about their merry way?
I'm fine with leaving them alone for just a moment, though. At least we have an inkling of where to go if we want to hit them.
they're still there when
I was-
we want to hit them.
If they
I
don't
was-
find us to hit us first.
I was AFK to Connor talk about okay, cool. Then Tilleris would be like, well, it would be a good idea to go out to follow another lead since they're going to be onto us for at least the next little bit here. At least I would be if I
I'm
was. on.
perfectly fine with that.
Well, since he did catch my clone, they're going to be on guard for a little while.
Mhm.
And there's no
That's what I mean.
telling if they'll stay or if they'll hunker down.
They want to make themselves look as good as we do, as far as maintaining public opinion. If most of our activities are in the public, in the city limits, as far as tracking Violetta's husband, seeing what's going on with him, I don't think they'll attack us out in public view.
Oh no, but I say they want to.
Consequently,
We can't attack them either in public view.
well, I mean, I do it anyway, but they
Yes.
are Titan children. With everything going on, I don't think they'll care about that anymore.
Well, we don't know that. They could just very likely try to keep up the ruse because, again, have we been able to publicly admit that they're Titan children?
No, but that does explain why they were very not super forthcoming about their lineages. Whereas, I mean, I
All
can't
of
speak for
us.
the rest of you, but we were pretty out and about with ours.
I think all of us came out with ours at that first interview.
We did.
But will that mean anything to the common man? Do they care?
They don't understand that. They're like, well, they've been people. They've been good to us.
Yeah.
Everyone thought serial killers were good until they were the next victim.
Yep.
I need to stop having you watch Jeffrey Dahmer documentaries after we do these
It's
things.
interesting.
One other thing I should bring up from last session
Mm.
that I know Rappy mentioned the photograph, but you had
Mhm.
tracked down a Brandon Creel.
Yes, that's what I was gonna.
Okay, I just want to make sure y'all remember that
Yeah.
y'all had looked into
Yeah.
him.
Follow up on that. We have gotten word if the Oracle and her mother are safely with Aset's people.
They're safely with them. It's if they're at the destination yet.
Yeah. Like if they have has the GPS gone? You have arrived.
I believe
The
Connor sent a
GPS being
clone.
Connor's clone. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, they are still on the road.
Okay.
They're making good time.
I'm curious if they've gone to investigate that, considering we kind of took away one of their, I don't know, best weapons.
I mean,
I
it
don't know.
is a possibility, to be fair. I mean,
I'm not saying we followed it. I'm just curious.
oh,
Yeah.
no. I'm not saying that either. I'm sure that the guard that was there probably said something if he was still able to get up and move afterward.
We didn't kill him. We just
I know,
Connor
Made
but
him
knocked
hurt
him
badly.
out.
I
He
did
just took a non-consensual nap. That's all.
Hate that.
one very
Go to
healthy,
sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
one very healthy non-consensual nap.
so I guarantee when he woke up, he at least alerted the Varangian guard, if not at least one of them, to the situation. So there's a strong chance that you are right. Something's probably being investigated on that front. So it may buy us time if we want to look at something else. We do have that one gentleman from the photographs we can look
We have
into.
the Krill individual.
Well, if we're going to be faffing about before we deal with the other band on a more permanent basis, we could at least get Violetta's husband freed from her and from that influence.
That's probably more pressing
both.
to be do both. I mean,
Oh no. I mean, probably Violetta's husband. I mean, the Krill guy. What would we do? Would we just ask him to confirm stuff we already know about Penelope?
That would be the sensible thing that we could do. Oh, we could just be completely rat bastards and just steal the man and see if Penelope does anything. Granted,
Okay,
that's not our style.
Brandon Krill was the survivor of this boating
Mm.
accident.
Mhm.
The it was
It wasn't her last name.
No, it was he had a cousin and two friends, two like college buddies with him. And looking at the photograph of the four of them, you spotted one that you think was related to
Penelope.
Penelope, or that you think is the same person from the photograph with her when she's little. You're not 100% certain if that's the cousin or just one of the friends, but he
I
is
mean-
as far as the article said anything. He was the only survivor of that boating accident.
And again, I don't think Robert knows the difference of who they are. As far as he's concerned, they could be family. He's the only tie that we would have for knowing anything else on Penelope.
We can investigate that. Or we can investigate Belo's ghost. Or did you still want to try to do both?
Personally, helping Violetta at least cleanse her husband from being possessed, I think would be a much more... What's the term I'm looking for? Courtesy or respect?
Courtesy
Be
to
a
a
better
dead
use
friend.
of our time.
Fair enough.
When
Okay.
there's five of y'all, just split up.
No.
As I've learned from our Pathfinder game, as much more interesting as it can be, no, that can cause so much trouble.
Y'all are just paranoid.
It's
I wonder
you.
why.
about to say, I wonder why we're paranoid.
Guilty conscience, I think. People that live clean don't have to worry about stuff like this.
You've known us for 3 years. Do you think any of us have lived? No.
All right. So y'all are going to try to help Warren Sandquist.
Yes. That sounds like the unanimous consensus.
Yep.
If it doesn't take long, we go see about Captain Krill.
That just seems like an
Yes.
unfortunate name.
I don't know why I called him Captain Krill, but
But I am tempted to put him in an eye patch now, so thanks.
you're welcome. Well, he was on a boat. Maybe he was the captain of the boat. Who knows? We don't know his backstory.
Fair enough, fair enough.
He's a pirate now.
Mm-hmm.
We are Harvillity.
You are a pirate.
Are we all going in one vehicle or Ubering or...
I believe we are going to Ghost.
in one vehicle, an Uber?
I'll look and see if I can't get where this man stays, so as to not bother him at work.
Yeah, a little poking around on the internet, and you're able to find out where the Sandquists live.
Mhm.
It's in
That
one of the
address-
ritzier parts of town.
I just don't want to bother him at work. We've done that a little much already.
Mm.
Let's destroy his own property versus a company's property.
Well, let's not destroy any property.
I know, I was sorry, I was trying to be funny.
Pats you on the head.
I think he did fine. I mean, I might be biased, but I think he did fine.
Yeah, bit biased. Let's go.
Well, his office was generally not the in the same building that Violetta's was. The media company was basically hers. Well, he ran some of the other businesses and was starting to get into politics a little bit.
Mhm.
Though, of course, with her death, he kind of had took over the station, at least temporarily.
Yeah.
And, you saw him on the TV that time when he ran on camera, so. Screaming at the newswoman that was, I believe they were discussing the video Talarius had released that kind of disputed the Varangian band's version of events.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're able to get his home address. You're able to get, both the address for his main office and, of course, y'all know where Violetta's office was.
What's the work number? While we're on the way to his home,
Okay,
just be like,
you get
Yes,
a
it's-
receptionist. Of course,
Yeah.
answers.
"Hello, it's Mr. Stanquiston."
No, he currently he is at the such media, the building, Violetta's building.
Mhm.
Since his wife passed, he's been working out of there mostly.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, certainly.
Almost stops, like, just pats Robert. It's like he's still at Violetta's media place.
Alrighty, I think I remember where that is. If not, GPS is always a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll hop in his vehicle, and anybody else that wishes to ride with him.
Everyone dog piles in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially the two dogs.
You
How,
would.
how big is Spruce now? Is he still the same size, or has he gotten bigger like everybody else?
No, he's still the same size.
Oh, okay.
Maybe once his campaign is over at the end, he will go full.
Actual Cerberus.
Yes.
In preparation for when we release our mortal forms and become demigods.
Hopefully, the Demigod book will be out next year.
Hopefully.
I mean, hey, if it is, we can just continue on.
Yep.
Give you a whole nother year to prep.
I remember reading somewhere that like relics and stuff get extra powers once you ascend to demigod status.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it seems reasonable. We just have to wait till the book comes out.
Yeah. Like you can get more out of them.
As crazy as you can get with this, I can't imagine how much it's going to bump up in Demigod and in God. Alright, but y'all arrive at the,
Let's say, to be fair, you're
the
also
office building.
fighting stuff at that power level too.
This is true, this is true. Alright, so y'all get where y'all are going. Robert, you don't have any trouble remembering how to get there. You've been there a few times now.
Do we want to look like ourselves? Because that might be a problem.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna have to act as chauffeur.
You gonna be getaway car?
Um,
I can gussy you up.
I mean, you're more than welcome to try.
I've done it before. I can do it again.
And I'll put faith in you then.
All right.
Out comes the shears. Off goes Robert's beard.
No.
No, that's where super power is.
Braid it under like that. Just blend everything in.
That's how you get murdered.
That's how you start a war with dwarves, is cutting the beard off.
Yeah.
Just ask the high elves.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah. Braids the beard in. Like, I imagine dwarves are a thing here. Just make you look like another dwarf. Do a spray on color.
Well, Robert's not short or anything. I mean, he's just...
Yeah.
That's the downside. Is Robert's not short like most dwarves. He's actually standard human size. He just has the slowly getting the majestic beard.
Yeah. So dye it a different color, do your hair. The most that's gonna happen is like the face contouring is gonna really is what's gonna do the trick here.
Give him a different little cheek profile.
Yeah. And then I do not look anything like Hilarious. I look like some intern who's coming into work.
Okay. No, Sasha can disguise herself the same way.
Well, Sasha can just be like, "You don't see me.
That too.
Ignore me.
Ignore me."
Try again,
Ignore me
Connor.
in the
Yeah.
ring.
Connor's gonna do the ignore me.
Okay.
Jaden could do the same as Hilarious
Mhm.
and not look like herself.
See, again, everybody had stealth in mind, but me.
I don't have stealth in mind. I just know how to disguise myself.
Gonna
I'm
be
just-
completely flamboyant as somebody else.
I'm just thinking about it's like Robert has no means of like stealth or disguise. It's just yes, I make everything. That's what I do.
Well, at least if you still want to be getaway car, that's fine. But at least this way they won't recognize you on the camera.
Before we go in, is there a way Telarius can maybe look up like maintenance records and see if they have any service calls going on?
I mean, yeah, I can probably
He would
look it
have
up.
to. He would have to like hack into their actual system.
Okay.
That's easier when I get in than here on my phone.
Yeah.
You could always just bullshit something like you're here for just maybe not maintenance, but just yearly service of the HVAC system, duct cleaning. It was part of the contract. Didn't you guys know this?
Yeah, no one ever asks anything about the HVAC people. They just go up and I know this from real life because when I at the store I used to work at that I'm not going to name here,
Just
they
go up on the
literally
roof.
they literally stole the copper up there from the because they said they were HVAC workers. They just like it's mine now.
That sounds like some tweaker shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know that they're just like, yeah, it's up there.
Well, main reason being since y'all are dressing up to look like interns, Robert would like grab a tool bag and whatnot and just probably just strut on in like, yeah, I'm just here to, I'm here to clean your AC systems, make sure you got good, clean, fresh filters and all that, clean out your heaters, all that good stuff.
That's a big
Here to
hammer to
clean your
change
gutters.
filters with.
We don't
Yes,
have
it
any
is.
gutters.
I know. I mean, again, he has like he was a handyman, so he's got a multitude of tools. He was just specialized as a carpenter. So he can easily BS like in some tin shears and a few other things you'd see an AC person carry.
I'm here to clean your gutters. We don't have any gutters. You do now.
All right, so y'all stroll in a variety of disguises, or just
Just stroll in.
forcefully making people ignore you. Do you take the animals in with you?
I don't think we can.
All right, so they're all hunkered down in the back.
Make sure
Well,
there's a nice tarp over
The
them.
2 dogs are hunkered down in the back.
Yeah, I think Shauna stayed at the farm. She's past hunkering down in the back of the truck.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she could, but she
Maybe if you got an 18-wheeler.
I was fixing to say, unless I'm trying to drive a semi around for everybody, there ain't no way she can hide. She would be big as the truck.
She's pretty big.
She could carry the truck. And then be like, hey, I'm dropping you guys off. Like a pelican in freaking Halo. Anyway, moving
She didn't
on.
even ask to go when you left today. She just stared at you as you left.
I can imagine the evil glare she was giving as Robert drove. Just, whew. I have a feeling I'm gonna get something later.
All right, so y'all strolling into the lobby. Where are y'all going from here?
Not even gonna bother with the receptionist there. I'm just gonna move on up. Uh, I won't ask the receptionist. I'll ask like somebody else, like closer to like a stairwell or something. Like, excuse me, is wow, I blanked on the man's last name already.
Sandquist.
Is Mr. Sandquist in?
Yeah, I think I saw him at a meeting earlier today.
Do you know where? I just want to go real quick, introduce myself.
Drop off reports.
I'm new here, and I had they you know, the Gopher thing, so they have me going around and giving people papers and stuff here and there.
Oh yeah. Well, he's up in his wife's old office.
Okay, thank you very much.
Which we would know where that's at.
Yes,
Yes,
y'all
you
would.
would.
Because the entire building wasn't hers, but
Yeah.
but she does have she did use several floors of it.
I will text the group because I don't have to use my phone. I just think it. He's in Violetta's room, and then I'll just head up. I'll start heading that way. I'm not going in yet. I'm just gonna like hover in the area.
Quick question that Sasha I probably should have asked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The ring, if she takes it off where it's moved and puts it on another location and puts it there, can she reactivate it as the zone of nothing?
You're asking if she could take the ring and go set it up somewhere else.
Somewhere else, yeah.
Probably it would be.
Would she still have to spend a legend to do that?
Yes.
Okay, no, then she's leaving it at the farm.
Yeah, once you deactivate it, you'd have to restart it. With the same cost.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all get up to the appropriate floor, and Talarius, they were going to wander over just in the general area, kind of
in the general area,
scope it
yeah.
out.
They go, take a piss somewhere, come out, like
hopefully
in
the bathroom.
up there. Go take a leak over there.
Random cubicle. Hey, this is a nice potted plant you got here. It looked thirsty.
Potted plants.
Oh.
Just invoke my inner Chad just on the desk. Anyway.
This is mine now.
Basically.
You see people moving around, going about their jobs. People taking phone calls. People are discussing stuff. You got people, working on articles. You hear Mr. Sandquist's voice coming out of Violetta's office.
I'll again text the group, confirmed he's up there. So I don't know where you guys are, but whenever you're ready.
As you're sending that text, you actually you see his daughter. You'd met her at the funeral, and this is an adult daughter.
Yeah.
But she's got like a stack of papers, and you see her walk in the office, and then a little bit later, whoever he was talking to previously comes out, and the door shuts.
I just say hi to her and let her pass. I'll just say, oh hi, and then just let her pass, and
you get this like down her nose, eyes narrowed. Why is this person talking to me? But then into the.
Mom would be ashamed of you.
Yeah, she was much politer at the funeral.
Yeah. I'll text the group going in. I don't know where you guys are at the moment.
Probably
when the
hovering
door
over by,
opened.
Right behind you.
Probably hovering over by a water cooler or something somewhere. Just around the corner.
When the door opened one time, could Sasha have ducked in?
Okay, Talarius was talking like he was scouting out the area in front of the office
okay.
before the rest of y'all got there.
Well, they were, but
Okay,
if
no,
if
go
they
ahead,
want
go
to,
ahead.
well, no, if it says if they want to have scouted in, like I don't know where you are, so it's not like I can stop you.
No, go ahead.
And then they'll text going in, so you guys at that point can, when I come in, and then I will knock on the door.
All right. So so you're knocking on. Talarius is knocking on the office door. Okay. And where are the rest of you? We're gonna say y'all were hanging back at the elevators around the corner while Talarius did the initial scouting.
Well, when they said they were going in, I'm assuming we all would have moved up.
All right.
Yep.
So everybody just kind of falls in behind Talarius.
Especially the people who can
Mhm.
walk unnoticed can probably just slip in behind them.
Be a little bit harder for Robert. He'd probably be, kind of ducking in and out where he could for maintenance folk. At least staying nearby if he can.
I just picture like Robert taking a sledgehammer to a toilet, just being like, I gotta fix this now.
He wouldn't have to take a sledgehammer to it. His hand is the sledge.
This thing just fell apart.
But
Why?
Talarius knocks on the door. You hear Warren inside. What?
I got you a coffee?
Becky just brought me a coffee.
Oh. Who asked me for a coffee then?
There's no response to that.
Well, I also had some papers you were looking for.
You hear some mumbling. And then the door kind of yanks open. Does Talarius actually have any papers in their hand?
Yes. It's just a stack of papers. It's just a random bunch of papers that they found at someone's desk.
Just anytime somebody wasn't paying attention to their desk, you slid some papers off until you had a decent sized stack.
Yeah.
Peeking in over Talarius' shoulder, can Sasha see any kind of ghosts, spirits, etc.?
I feel like he's like right there at the door.
Well, Sasha's doing the unnoticed thing.
Yeah.
What do you have to roll if you're trying that on a non-trivial character?
I don't think I have to roll anything, but I will look.
Well, if they're non-trivial, there's a contested thing.
No, it is just in the death purview. It's the main purview,
Yeah.
like power. You can
It's
see
the
and
innate
communicate
power.
with ghosts.
Oh no,
shades, and
not
other
that
forms
part. I
of
meant
life.
the don't notice me thing. I'm sorry. That was not clear.
Yeah, that's.
I forgot you had multiple abilities coming into.
No,
No, I'm about to tell you who or what you see.
Scrolling. Oh, manipulation plus legend versus cunning, probably plus legend.
All right.
I'm doing manipulation.
All right, so that'll be a little contested roll then. This is just to see if they notice you when you're noticing them.
I'm going to roll subterfuge because it has the same number of dice as
Okay.
my legend. Three.
He got 4.
Ooh.
All right, so Talarius, the person you see is, Warren Sandquist. He looks at you. He snatches the papers. Immediately sees that it's random crap. I don't need this.
I push at him to get and hope that my allies have my back.
Oh yeah, we're like right behind you, probably coming in.
As you're starting in, he's already throwing the papers into your face.
Ooh.
The rest of you also see Mr. Sandquist.
Mm-hmm.
Is he like a big brick shit house, or is he just like a?
He's a in shape, relatively in shape guy.
That's CrossFit.
He's got like a Vince McMahon physique.
I'm sorry, that reminds me. I was also walk unnoticed, so I probably would need to make the roll as well, huh?
Yeah, so I guess I
Depends
each
on
have
how
to roll
close.
separately for you.
I was right there. Yeah.
I just picture him with like a Vince McMahon physique. Like he's got a suit on at all times. Takes the suit off.
Also-
He's actually pretty built.
It's like Uncle Eero.
3.
He got 2 this time, so he didn't notice you.
Okay.
So Delirious starts shoving him. His eyes widen when he sees Sasha. Sasha, overlaid over Mr. Sandquist, you see your father.
No! She's still walk unnoticed, but she can still, like, check somebody. And... fuck it, that's what she's doing. Close combat, athletics.
Hold on, Telarius is in the doorway. Telarius
She'll
is
punch
trying to
Telarius.
push their way through. Telarius, give me a roll with your strength.
Sure. Just strength, or am I doing a combat roll?
Sasha's giving a general 2 enhancement because she will probably push Telarius to get to.
I guess go ahead and do it like close combat.
Sure. 1 success.
+2.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant. Okay, 3 successes.
Sasha's like, I'm getting in there one way or another if I have to push you
All right,
over
he
and
only got
knock him
1
over.
success.
I'm intending to do it in a way where, like, I'm knocking him prone, but the way I want to spill in is like, first off, the papers don't even come close to me because chaos purview.
The wind
But
just catches them
also-
and just kind of zoop
Yeah.
all around you.
But also, so I want to have him there, and then like kind of hope someone's behind me. Be like, get the door, get the door, get the door, get the door, get the door.
Door just closes behind y'all as we walk in.
Yeah.
So y'all
once
all
everyone's
rush in. This whole thing does not go unnoticed by the people out there in their little cubicles.
Sasha locks the door.
Sasha goes unnoticed. Connor goes unnoticed, but they still see somebody shove Mr.
Trip.
Sandquist down, and 2 other people
Tripping.
flood in the room and the door shut. The rest of you see his daughter Gloria Allen standing in there.
Okay.
Sasha
Gloria-
sees
Hi,
bet-
Mom.
yeah.
Yep.
She drops it and looks at both of them. Mother, father.
Huh?
Hello, dear. You should have called ahead.
You should have told me to call ahead. What the fuck?
Language. Your,
Oh, we're well
your
beyond
grandparents would not
language.
have approved of such language.
Grandmother would probably use more colorful language than I would.
Not with strangers present, or with
I'm not a stranger.
non-family.
This is my family. You aren't.
Oh.
How? All right. Get up off the floor, dear.
I get up before he does.
So yeah, he's like, "Ugh." He holds his hand out for somebody to help him up, and I don't know if any of y'all do or not.
Robert,
Rude. And he gets up and goes and stands next to your mother. She's leaning, back against the wall next to one of the windows.
Are they speaking through their meat puppets, or are they speaking through their ghost?
They are speaking through their meat puppets.
Okay.
Once Sasha basically dimes them out as to who they are, the
Sure.
voices coming out of the bodies sound a lot more like her parents when you met them in the overworld.
Okay.
It's not exact.
It's an approximation that the vocal cords that are attached to.
Correct.
Yeah, like the cadence and everything.
Mhm. Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Adele. Fancy meeting you here.
Oh yeah, we weren't
Please.
expecting to run into you. I'll be honest.
The police are going to be here probably pretty soon. So
Good.
we can
can
just have the
fix that.
dialogue here. I can fix that, and I will.
Thank you.
So what
One
brings you
moment.
by?
Well, when you were yelling and shutting down the newscast, I caught a glimpse of something and we came to investigate it. Imagine my surprise.
So Miss Allen's face gets this kind of annoyed expression that you've all seen before on someone else as she looks at her husband.
Looks just like fucking grandma.
The whole face wrinkles up.
It looks a little weird because her face doesn't particularly resemble Sasha's, but the expression, it's just something about the expression.
Points at Sasha. It looks like you.
And Sasha has seen this expression on her grandmother, though truthfully she's seen it on her mother's face too. Something where you can, the way she looks at him, you can tell they've had a discussion about what, how he did that. It's her "I told you so" face.
Yeah, Sasha knows that face. So what was the end goal here?
If we ran you out of town, Gaia was not going to pursue you. We were really doing it for you.
I really wish everyone would stop trying to live my life for me. That would be grand.
Well, you keep getting into such dangerous things. We just wish you'd do something a little safer.
That's the kettle.
Yeah, you went and got yourself blown up in a car, so I really
learn
don't think
from
you're
our
a front to talk.
mistakes. You're supposed to be the smart one. And she looks at everybody else. I assume you're supposed to be the smart one.
Hey.
Sasha pulls out the sword, holds it to him. Insult my family one more time.
And you'll what? You'll murder these two people? They're still in here. They're just sleeping.
Connor, having been completely unnoticed this entire time, I will spend one legend.
Oh boy.
We're screwed.
I will do the exact same thing I did to her parents that I did to my former employee. As being completely unnoticed, he will smack both bodies in the back of the head and drag the spirits out with the circlets of binding.
Oh.
All right, now what are the circlets of binding?
It's basically me using the marvel of my purview of the Tian Ming is they aren't supposed to be here. So it's basically the same thing I did. The circlet of binding is the flavor of it. That's how the marvel appears.
All right.
Basically, I spend a legend and I hit them with a complication.
All right. So
No, not a complication, a condition. It's not a complication.
All right. So what is the condition that you're trying to lay on them?
The condition is they cannot possess anyone. Is the condition.
Let me look up marvels. I don't know if they're stout enough to actually counteract other things' abilities.
Sasha, imagine how excited a set would be to hear about this.
Yeah.
She can't act
Well,
here, but I'm sure she can.
Let's say we do have, but this has happened before, where he overrode the fate binding of a god by tearing him out of the policeman's body.
It wasn't pleasant for either one, but
Oh yeah, no, he hated it.
Do you remember what the role was that we did for that? 'Cause there was a role involved.
I do not know.
probably legend and something.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I am currently imbuing a legend for that. The police are just. It's
Running
5 o'clock.
circles.
It's 5 o'clock traffic there, and their systems are booked.
Good grief.
Every single Krispy Kreme has the fresh hot donut sign on.
Speaking as someone who used to work for the police department, fuck you.
but not wrong.
Am I wrong though?
It actually is late in the afternoon, like or early evening, like that. So
So it's like it's just gridlocked around us, and then at
it's
the station itself is
gridlocked.
difficult.
You're
The
not
lights are
you're
acting
not
weird.
causing any extra accidents to happen.
No.
It's just the average number of accidents that day. Just more of them are happening right now.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's weird.
Cars stalling randomly.
Several
Flat
small
tires.
businesses have their alarms going off. Their alarms trigger.
Let's say no. We need him to
they
build
false
bases in
alarms, but
Valheim.
it triggers, and the police have to show up. It's just
Yeah,
weird.
it's a bunch of different calls that they have to make throughout the day.
Just a bunch of weird stuff all over the city all of a sudden.
Every prank call is coming in, like about refrigerators running.
And I don't remember if there's a roll involved. Says I spend 1 legend to inflict a condition.
Another difference would have been that guy would have been bordering on trivial. And it was something done to him. It wasn't like his natural ability that he was using. Excuse me.
Maybe legend occult.
That'll work. Roll for Legend Occult versus.
Okay.
Because Sasha can
Rares.
probably sense this happening. She's gonna do the general, 2 enhance.
Okay. I will go ahead and use a momentum as well.
We're making sure these motherfuckers are evicted.
Yeah.
One of your momentums.
No
Yes,
vacancy.
I will roll might, because that has 5 points to it to calculate the extra dice.
Okay.
Well, is the general +2 you get? Well, that's handy. They both rolled 5.
I mean, yeah, they did. I don't know why the hell my thing is double clicking. So
Glad
that
you're not.
is, yeah, I need to replace it tomorrow. So that will be 8 successes total.
Alright. Alright. Mr. Adele only gets 1 success. And Miss Odell. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Didn't you hear? This is a Theoe only event, and you're not Theoe.
Mm.
These are my
Invite only.
These are my band. I get to bring.
Okay,
them
she
in
got a
at
total of
+2.
7. You said you had 8?
I had 8.
Alright.
I like that canonically, yeah, she does do a little bit more magic than him.
Mm-hmm.
Tracks.
So yeah, you walk up and you strike them.
Basically, just tear them both out of the bodies.
Well, you said smack them in the back of the head, so the body is basically crumpled to the floor, and
Yeah.
the spirits are still standing there.
As Connor, now visible, right next to him, goes, "You were saying?"
You can't see them.
The damn monkey.
No, but he was hearing Sasha's end of the conversation. And
Yes,
her
I did-
going, "Assault my family again."
I did also say Mr. and Mrs. Adele out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were talking through the meat puppets, but
Yeah.
Yep.
you couldn't hear them.
So Connor, all you
Now.
see are Mr. Sandquist and Miss Allen crumple.
You should make them comfortable.
About to say, last time we did this, the circlet did make the ghosts visible from the light. I don't know if you wanted to do that again.
That's right, because the whole circle. So yeah, so you can all see just a vague outline. You can make out enough of their face that you would recognize them. But the further, the glow, the further it gets from their face, the more
It comes with
their lower body fades out more, basically.
becomes a
Yeah.
tail. Ah, it's so nice to see you guys in the flesh. Never mind.
Ectoplasm?
You're pretty sure Mr. Adele tells you to go fornicate with yourself? But you can't hear it.
Language.
When you say that, you and your mother say it in
Unison.
sync.
That tracks.
Mhm.
So what's the real reason you're
He
here?
crosses in. Well, we didn't have any bodies, and we wanted some, so we made a
So you
deal to
picked
get some.
so you
Not
picked the
theirs.
widowed
This was a
CEO?
temporary. This was a temporary something.
You made a deal with who? With them?
The higher powers.
So
Which
guys,
one?
It's hardly the first time we've made deals with. We made deals with a set before.
Did you make this deal with her?
No. It's probably best she doesn't know where we're at.
Oh, I'm very tempted to tell her.
Go ahead.
You're not going to dime out family.
I won't dime out family. Like I said, you're no longer my family.
Please, dear, you haven't been a teenager for a while. There's no need to be so dramatic.
You're right, I'm not a teenager, I'm an adult. Please stop trying to live my life for me.
He didn't kill them, did he? She kneels down and like rolls.
No, they're alive.
Rolls Miss Allen over.
They're breathing. They're just unconscious.
Why these bodies in particular? And
Just part of
why-
it was just part of the deal. We had to take them over temporarily before we were given
Hilarious.
permanent ones.
Yes.
Let's find out if this works on Ghost. Do you mind?
Oh boy. Yeah. It is contested.
What are they
I'm
about to
sure.
do?
Oh no, this is just nothing but the truth.
No, she's asking because she's
Oh.
hearing
Sasha's not
this.
saying anything.
I thought she spoke
Okay.
to Talarius.
Oh. Nothing. If you're telling
I-
the truth, nothing.
I think what she's saying is Sasha isn't answering her parents.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just hold this up like this and it glows a little bit, but nothing happens. Nothing actually happens.
Who hired you?
Higher isn't the word I would use.
Who did you make a deal with?
She
Wasn't it-
doesn't.
Go ahead.
She keeps her mouth shut.
I got two hands.
And your father's finally like, at this point, I don't think there's much. Your mother stood back up. Kind of walks. I don't think there's much point in dragging this out. So we were approached by agents of Gaia.
Of course. Was it the Varangian band?
Someone that directed us to them. But no, this was some cultist of Gaia's in Europe. Or not Europe, in Egypt.
It's a massive overreach.
They helped us to get quickly out of Egypt, further away from Aset's gaze. And, the offer was we do the job for them, and Gaia would provide us with new bodies. New permanent bodies. Yeah. Something a little less pasty than these two.
And you
And-
believe that would actually work?
Well, we're dead, so, we're pretty desperate. All we had to do was, turn Sandquist's media presence against you like the rest of them in town are. And, added bonus for us, that would hopefully drive you out of town and away from whatever shit show is about to happen. And before you ask, no, we don't know what those details are. It doesn't concern us.
You should really just leave. You don't know me. You assumed I would leave just because this all started getting bad. Grandmother's been trying to convince me for months.
Your father's like, your mother's like, I didn't think it would
Never.
work. I hoped it would work.
You never even came to see me. You immediately started trying to turn people against me.
It's
Against
not like,
my band.
Look, I know you're very intelligent. I know you're very talented. But this is Gaia you're going up against. This is one of the primordials.
Yeah, I'm very well aware.
You just, you're out of your weight class. We were just concerned. Maybe we didn't go about it in the best way possible.
I'm sorry I'm nothing like you. I'm not running when things get tough.
Very well.
I won't tell Aset what you did. Maybe you can go beg mercy from her. See if she can supply you a body if you help her.
Yeah, maybe.
I wish there was an insight check in this game.
Oh,
Empathy?
yeah, empathy is what you use for that kind of thing.
Empathy and probably like, I don't know, cunning.
Oh, no, it'd probably be social.
Oh yeah.
Composure
Manipulation.
or manipulation.
Presence, manipulation.
Let's see. Manipulation would
any of
probably be
them.
more of an active. Composure would probably be. Well,
Not my best line of stats, but it's fine.
so yeah, go ahead and give me an empathy and
Alright. Well, we got our momentum back.
Hey.
So how much
Hey.
momentum is that?
We're at
Again?
We're
3.
back to 3.
Okay.
well, no,
Nothing
'cause
in there is anything.
Connor had spent one.
So this one came back to 3.
I had y'all listed as 2. Why was there 3?
No.
No, we
We
were at
rolled
3.
a couple zeros last week.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, I'll take your word for it then. Alright, so y'all are at 3. Alright.
Can't get a beat on them, but I literally have the truth telling serum here, so like
She might be telling the truth, or she might be a good liar.
sure.
Like you said, you can't quite get a beat on her.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we'll just be going then.
Look at it this way. If I die, I'll join you.
This
Hilarious.
isn't a
Shudders.
fun way to be. Don't rush into that.
I have no plans on it.
Your father looks like he wants to argue with her, like, you know. But then she gives that quick little that
He's
you've
probably
seen
looking
oh so
for
many
her to
times.
argue.
Are we letting him go?
Yes. If they come back, I did observe on that gentleman when we were dealing with the Wild Hunt how to take care of ghosts.
Burn them if it comes to it. It's what happened last time.
People outside are knocking on the door asking if everything's all right.
I'm gonna do my best, Mr. Sanquist voice and be like, "Everything's fine. Get back to work."
Manipulation. Subterfuge.
Yeah.
2. It never says how many times we can use it.
I mean, that there is no limit, as far as I know.
2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
To those, even to y'all standing in the room listening to Larius, yeah, they sound like they sound pretty close to him.
Get back to work. Everything's all right. I'll talk about it in the morning.
All right, sir. We're just out here if you need us.
Thank you very much.
You imagine through the muffled door, yeah, it's probably impossible to tell the difference.
Yeah.
So, the Adels walk through the door.
Getting
They
really
go.
tired.
Sorry, for clarification, they go through the door, the closed door, where everybody's knocking on.
Oh, what
They
would
can't
let's
possess
see.
anybody else.
Oh, but the bands are making them visible to
Makes
people.
them visible. Yes.
Oh, shit.
This is why I want to clarify
This
this.
building's haunted.
No one will
You
ever
hear
believe
screaming
you.
from the other side of the door. What do the Adels care? Their ungrateful daughter said go. Screw it, they're going.
Really wish my family would stop trying to live my life for me. Anyone else have this problem? Anyone want a new family?
We are
Well,
the new family, so,
Good point.
I mean, you could just marry me and you could become part of mine.
I watched the
I was gonna
string-
go
I
over-
watched the
Princess of
string
Monkey
bet-
Mountain. Think about it. Just think about it.
I watched the string between them get, red, and then there's, a question mark in the middle of it.
Sasha's going over and making sure the other 2 people are waking up, slaps Sandquist on the cheek a little bit.
Yeah, after hearing that, Robert's just gonna be like, "All right, well, that's everything I needed to hear today, and cheers."
Sasha's just putting a pin in that.
Lauren starts to open his eyes.
Good morning.
What am I? I'm at the office?
You got
Yeah,
this,
you're at the
Bess.
office.
Please, do you have water? Get that for you. You can
Oh, yes,
sleep.
yes. And he tells you, there's some cabinets over to the side. He tells you which one of them's actually like a little mini fridge. Violet always kept,
Water or something
or he
stronger?
says Vi always kept water there. So no,
Bourbon?
she didn't keep booze in her office unless she knew a particular somebody was coming by that she needed some for.
Okay, gets a water.
Now they were at his office. Yeah, he'd keep some scotch on
So
hand,
much
but
booze.
entirely different type of business. Though.
Yeah.
Also check.
And
And then he looks over, he sees Gloria laid out. And then he stops
it's a
talking
long
about it.
story. Just give us a little bit. Just a long story.
But she's, somebody's over there
She's-
rousing her up. She
Yeah, I was gonna say, I assure you she's breathing. There she is.
sits up.
So how much do you remember?
I was at home. There was a knock on the door. There was some fellow there. He kind of looked like a delivery guy, but I can't think. I don't think he was wearing a.
Very generic.
see-
gentleman.
Yes, I didn't see a logo on him or anything.
Do you remember the date? The standard, checking someone's memory
Yeah.
questions. Who's the president?
An asshole.
That's always the safe bet, generally.
Yeah.
Maybe not when Carter was in, but anybody else that I've lived through. Yeah. Anyway,
Carry on.
but yeah, he rattles off the date basically like the day before, or the day after the funeral.
Ooh.
So it's been a little while now.
Sasha will relay the current date and prove it by, showing on the computer and, television or internet or wherever she needs to.
Yeah, and he pulls out he checks his watch because he's just old enough to still wear it.
A really nice watch, like with the date and time.
When Gloria overhears it, she starts looking for her phone and realizes there's something around her neck. She takes off. It's like a little leather pouch that, like had been tucked under her shirt.
May I see that?
Sir, sure. I don't know. It's empty. I don't know what it is.
It doesn't ping magic.
No.
That's not a very convincing no.
The little leather sack is not magical in any way.
Opens it up. Is there anything in it?
You get the faint impression there may have been something magical in it at some point. And you might recall that your mother had rolled her over when she was asking, is she alive? And rolled her over.
Check Sandquist. Or the husband. Do you have one of these on your neck?
No. He does that with his shirt.
Okay. Just pockets it for now.
Like I said, when Gloria had heard the date, she was going for her phone. When she pulls her phone out, she starts checking messages. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Somebody's been, she's got a daughter. She was like, okay, I'm getting,
Of course.
Somebody's been looking after her.
Everybody and everything has been taken care of because they wouldn't want you guys to do anything abnormal so as to tip anybody off that something's wrong.
When we say they, we mean the ghosts that possessed you.
She got nods her head. Yeah, I was.
And the rest of your staff's probably still screaming about it outside.
Oh yeah, would they have heard the screaming?
Yes. But you just saw two ghosts walk out, so.
It's like one of those understandable. Have a nice day.
It's like, it's like screaming like, oh my God, what is going on? And then it starts to die down, while all this was going on. And then it picks up a whole lot louder and a whole lot more frightened. And you start hearing, it sounds like desks being turned over.
It's not an active shooter. Calm down.
Is there like a window like beside the doors or anything, or is it just like a solid wall?
This is just a solid wall.
Okay.
Want me to go see what they're up to?
If you want.
I mean, I did put the curse on him. And he'll just walk out the door and see what's going on.
Skeletons.
Skeletons?
As you walk out the door, you see several already standing up with metal shields and swords. You see some that seem to be springing up out of the potted plants. Like up out of the dirt.
Skeletons are coming out of the potted plants?
Or at least out of the potting soil.
He literally opens the door, goes, Dear, did you call some skeletons from your mom?
No, I don't have. No.
Well, looks like I'm giving your dog some bones. He just walks out and closes the door.
All right, all the rest
in
of
this
you.
Conversation, perhaps Mr. Sandquist and
Jaden would
Gloria.
also head out.
Let the DPS handle it. It's fine.
All right, who all is going out to handle the skeletons?
Jaden would definitely head out. So
All right. Jaden, Connor for sure. Robert, you got a nifty new hammer. Just saying.
Can test that shit out.
Yeah.
He would smile like, it's a good time to try. And this is at least
Wait,
an enemy worthwhile. And he'll look like, I'll be back.
If it call us if you need us, please.
Yes, please.
He'll
call us.
kind of lean back and do this.
If they do
Have
the dry,
fun.
if
Be
they do the dry
careful.
bones, if they do the dry bones thing, let me know. I'll
Karen?
take them back. I'll put them back for good.
Apparently, it's a bones day.
Yeah.
It's a real rib tickler.
So yeah, you step out there. Some of the skeletons had noticed you and kind of turned to look at you.
All right.
A few of them were threatening, staff members.
Wait, Talarius, can you make sure that camera on one of these folks so we can have footage of this? Or do you have cameras in your office area by chance?
Yeah, there's a couple of security cameras out in the.
Fantastic. We'll
be
discuss
taking
that
that-
later.
I'll be taking that later.
The cameras?
No.
Just
the
no.
fo-
Oh, the footage. The footage.
Yeah,
Sure, I'll
yeah.
share the footage with you, I guess. Sure.
Thank you. It's
Okay.
it's a whole thing.
You
It's a
weren't.
whole thing.
Yes.
Do we need to push a? He as the three frontliners are going out. Do we need to push the desk up against the door or something?
I'm not
No.
scared of a skeleton. I'm just making sure that they're this is more them having fun than it is like we're
They
in
haven't had
any
to.
particular danger.
Well, they're. I mean, they are going to protect the staff, right?
Absolutely.
Yes,
No.
absolutely. That's why
That is
we're
the
here
priority.
in case a loose skeleton comes through.
As long as the staff stays out the way.
Oh, you can
Okay.
go to and be like, okay, get clear of the arrows and the staff and
Yeah.
this giant ass hammer.
Connor would walk out and is like, Jaden, could you get the staff out of the way, please? I have an idea.
Oh boy, the monkey has an idea. We just need that
Hey,
Always Sunny font. The monkey has an idea.
With that, Jaden would imbue Heavenly Stride and start moving people out of the way.
Like a Friends episode. That episode where the monkey had an idea.
The episode where the monkey had an idea.
All right, there appear to be 10 of these skeletons.
Okay, cool.
So those of you involved in the combat, go ahead and give me a initiative roll.
Okay.
And then at the end of every round, we'll cut back to the office where y'all are having y'all's discussion and discuss a little bit more.
Our initiative will be discussion.
Indeed.
Talking initiative.
All right, so Robert got a 4.
Sasha just really wants to go out there and just throw like the jar of bees and then just close the door. Okay, so anyway,
All right, so
Good.
Otter just cashed in a boon for the party.
Oh,
Woohoo!
So you have an extra momentum.
thank you.
Wait.
is he in chat? I can't. My chat's not working.
Nobody said anything in chat, but I'm assuming he must be watching.
Okay.
Okay, I fixed that because I don't see nothing either.
We'd like to
Alright.
summon the spirit of Otter. If you're here, please say something in the chat. Hey!
Hey, word.
Ah,
We
it
summoned
did.
the otter. All right, so while they're
wait,
going
you
back
missed
and
on the
forth,
announcements? What?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
forgot
you
to throw some on the bulletin board.
it's fine.
Yeah, no big dude.
Yeah.
That's all
while,
good.
While you all
It's really
are,
weird. I usually check that. I didn't think to today, huh?
yeah.
Just use like a clam and some rocks to summon him.
I'm gonna file while y'all are. you took out the story guide. Good job.
At least you took out some of my suggestion.
Do I get a boon for that?
Yes, but you were
someone-
already given it.
Someone go diving into the river. He'll swim up on your shoulder.
All right, so we got a 6,
Makes adorable noises too.
a 6, a 4, and a 3 for the players.
Very fluffy. I'm also gonna do BRB and refill my beverage.
Alrighty.
Then I've got 3 4s for NPCs. Then we had a 3 for the players. And then my next 7 guys go after that.
Woo!
And then at the very, very, very end of the round, I'll let all the any civilians that have not been cleared out. And there are a dozen civilians in this room. This is like I said, it's the little cubicle farm, bullpen kind of area.
Okay.
For all the news,
Oh,
for all the news
God.
folk.
And as Otter just announced, he has found a 24-hour Twitch channel that streams otters.
We may never see him again.
That is fantastic.
All right, so top of the order is the players. Who wants? Which of the players wants to go?
Jaden will go first to move the people out of the way.
All right. Oh, David Jones shows also in the chat. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
Oh,
All right. So how are you planning to clear people out? Are you literally just running by and grabbing people?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. How many are you gonna try to grab at once?
I have much might to really hold, but how many people are there? First of all, by skeletons.
There are a dozen people in the room. There are 3 people currently being immediately threatened by skeletons.
Are the 3 people close to each other?
Not particularly. I mean, well, we'll say 2 of them are close to each other, and one of them's on like the opposite side of the room.
Okay, well, she'll get the 2 that are close to each other first.
All right, so that's gonna be a multiple action to grab both of them.
Yeah. So what do I roll?
All right, you're basically just trying to run by at high speed and grab them.
Mock Jesus and grab yes.
So let's see.
how do you
She
deal with getting
has.
people? Oh, Jesus.
All right, she's got 2 might, and you don't have any epic strength or epic might,
No.
epic might rather.
No, I don't. That's the thing. It's like
So this is more of the grab one, zip back, grab the other one, zip. Okay.
yeah.
So we'll make that dex based.
Athletics.
Yeah, athletics works. Because this isn't combat, they're not resisting you.
Five successes for the first one? Or is that split?
Yeah, you just roll the once.
Okay, that's 5 successes.
And let's see, you got to split up 5 successes. So that's 2 successes for one and 3 for another. I'm going to roll the skeleton's attacks, and we'll see if you get them out of the way before the skeletons can hit them. Alright. The first one you got out of the way. And the second one rolled poop.
Second one what?
The second one rolled poop.
Okay, sweet.
It's
so
a
I got at
technical
least
term.
2. So I got 2 of them out the way at least.
So yeah, one of them is bringing the sword down, and you just kind of run up under the sword, grab the guy. Sword goes into the desk. You over to the side of the room, drop him off. On the side of the room that would lead to the elevators, which is where everybody's kind of trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And then his back is a skeleton is trying to stab somebody else. You grab her by the arm and just kind of yank her out of the way, and then send her, kind of toss her to a couple of other people walking by. Both of those skeletons are now rotating their heads towards you. I'd say they lock eyes with you, but they don't have eyes. All right, next up is also a player. So Robert or Connor, who wants to go?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Are these skeletons considered trivial targets?
No.
Well, shitballs. Okay.
I was supposed to say either I can go and try to defend somebody, or if you can do more with your epic might and dexterity.
Well, no, the thing that I was planning on doing is the Pistons for Fists boon, which part of the thing at the end is if all targets in the range band are considered trivial, the attack gains the shockwave tag, which means I can hit everything in that range, all the targets I want to in that range band. But since they're not considered trivial, I can't do that.
You have to give them individual attention.
More's the pity for them. Said there are 3 that are currently being threatened.
Jaden has saved 2 of the people.
Okay.
So
Reflexively,
there's only one.
yeah.
Which again,
Reflexively,
like-
I will activate Falling Star and Pistons for Fists,
Okay.
and I will zip over and just punch the skeleton.
All right.
Actually,
He is
no,
trying. He is trying to bring it. He's trying to stab a guy.
Yeah,
And the
I'll-
guy has picked up one of those kind of lap desk things.
Mhm.
So he's got the sword kind of, it's halfway through that wood, and the guy's trying to.
Yeah.
Wrestle it away from him.
Let's see, because Falling Star basically doubles my speed,
Okay.
so I can cross 2 movement ranges in an instant. So
Okay.
basically, I kind of like instant transmission over there.
Yeah, that would put you anywhere in this room for sure.
Yeah,
Even over to the elevator if you wanted to.
and that will be 6 successes to hit the skeleton.
Okay. Two. And 3 for the enhancement on its shield. What did its shield gives it? So we got like 4, so.
Okay. Cool beans. Is there one of its friends nearby?
Oh, there's one relatively close to it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to swing sort of in that direction. As with the effect for Pistons for Fists, instead of knocking it prone, I'm going to knock it back a range band. And
Okay.
basically hurl it into its friend.
Okay, that sounds a lot like making multiple attacks. That would be multiple actions.
It's the effect of a boon,
Oh,
specifically.
there's a boon that lets you hit people with people.
I was just sort of like trying to aim him in that direction, but like, the boon is on a hit, you can either send an opponent flying.
Oh, yeah,
back
yeah.
one
You can
range
send him
band or knock
flying.
prone.
If you're targeting,
Yeah.
that's another action. It's another attack.
Okay. So I guess that other one needs to make a defense roll?
Well, you'd only make the one roll, and you have to divide the dice pool.
Yeah, well, you said it ate 4 to hit the skeleton. So hit for free. And because I hit for free, I can make the knockback.
Okay.
So the other 2.
All right. So you got 2 successes, 2 floating successes, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
Technically, you'd have to declare multiple actions when you first make the roll.
Oh.
Well, we'll do it this time. Then from here on out. Let's see. He got 2. One on the dice, and then they have an enhancement to defensive stuff because of the shields I got. But so he got a total of 2, and I think we're doing ties to the player. So okay, all right. So you managed to hit them both then.
Okay. All right, and
we'll call that one 1 and 2.
Yes.
So they both take a wound. What do you have?
All right, and can I count that as a show of force?
All
Hitting a
right.
motherfucker with another motherfucker is definitely a show of force.
Okay. I messed up because I was rolling the defense again instead of just using the defense score that NPCs tend to have.
Oh, okay.
Their defense is a 3,
Oh.
which I think means that the first one would have had 1 less.
Yeah,
So it works out the same.
it evens out. Yeah,
Just don't let me do that again.
sure.
It's your responsibility.
Sure.
Because we're gonna remember.
Yeah, well.
So, can I count? Can I count that as a show of force?
What do you mean by show of force? I mean, what is that specifically?
It's something that I need to know for one of my knacks. Is if that can count as a show of force, I need to make a knack skill roll.
Okay, that sounds like it would be then. What knack are you rolling?
The biggest threat.
Oh, he's hitting the taunt. He's activating tank stats. He's got tank stats.
So if these skeletons try to attack anything other than me, they take a +2 complication.
Okay.
That's a handy trait right there,
Tank stats.
basically. It's like, yes, what you want to do? We're going to hit this motherfucker in the room.
All right, somebody remind me. Grumpy Cleric is in the chat. Is that one of us?
Yep.
No, that's definitely not this one over here.
Sarah tried to say something, but I think she was muted.
She's saying it's me, but we can't hear you, dear.
Okay. That's who I was thinking it was, but I couldn't remember for sure.
I think her Discord.
There she goes.
please hold as your party is reached.
Yeah.
No.
No, we cannot.
We've been trying to get in contact with you. Oh, she's saying move on. It's
move
okay.
Move along. Nothing to see
I
here.
think the cat unplugged something.
Oh, that is a possibility.
No, she just shook her head no. Also,
Okay.
look out for the cat behind you.
Anyway.
All right. So anyway, you knock a mofo into another mofo, and they both go into the wall. Up against the wall on the other side of the room.
Yes.
All the little scully heads rotate towards you.
Mm-hmm. As he'll just sort of like twirl the staff and just go, anyone else?
They start taking their swords and banging them on their shields because they can't vocalize any other way.
Yep.
All right. So that was you on a 4. Then 3 of the skellies go.
He's working on it.
So we're going to say the 3 closest to you all run up and attack.
Okay. So 3 defense rolls.
Actually, they're coming up to you in some kind of formation.
Okay.
It's like their shields kind of locked. It's almost like a phalanx, but you really kind of need more than 3 people to do a full phalanx. But
Yeah.
Well, given the size of the room and current conditions, you can call it that.
So the 2 on either side are giving enhancements to the one in the middle. So it'll be basically be one of them making an attack, with a number of enhancements.
Oh,
Right.
they got a fucking phalanx going on.
A mini phalanx.
A tiny one.
Would the other Theoi recognize that immediately?
Telarius is big into just kind of media in general, right?
Yeah, I've seen 300.
That's not the movie that that this would be kind of referenced in.
Sure.
I think it's the old Jason and the Argonauts.
Mhm.
We actually saw Ray Harryhausen's version of these things. Sasha would probably recognize it just based on the sheer amount of occult knowledge she's got. And between that and the shields are the Greek style then yes, Talarius would probably realize whatever Mrs. Adele snuck out, it was probably dragon's teeth that she was then putting in the potting soil.
Oh,
Probably
I have
for
gifts
her,
now.
probably for her daughter's own good, some kind of way.
some kind of way. Don't worry, I have gifts now. Don't mind me. Continue.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a total of a 6.
Okay, my defense is 4.
Okay, so that leaves 2 successful,
Yep, and he has to burn 1 to actually do damage.
which he does.
Okay.
And that leaves him with 1 extra one to spend on combat stunts.
Uh-huh.
This is what we got going on.
Yeah, basically.
Yep, that's the one. So he will knock you prone.
Okay.
Yes, and that is those 3. That was all those 3. Then it is Robert's turn. Robert, you saw 3 skeletons approach Connor in formation and kind of get past his guard and knock him down. Just a little bit of blood, you know. definitely
No
got
blood,
hit.
actually, because it just did damage to the armor.
Oh, that's right. You see something you'll have to repair later as he gets knocked down.
Well, Robert would call out real quick. Connor, you think you'll be alright?
Yeah, I'll be good.
Fantastic. And Robert is going to see about bolting past and getting towards closer to the elevator to kind of run defense for any other civilian trying to get down and out.
Okay.
He'll essentially do his best to cover both the fire or the stairwell and the elevator.
Okay.
They should be both located right there.
And you can see where the like stairwell door has already been thrown open. You know, some people have already made it in there.
Yeah, if there's any civilian as he gets over there, he's like, about to say, "We got this covered. Get down and get out." And he'll kind of like turn his back to the elevator and stairwell to,
All right.
if there's any.
Now, as you're running over there, there is already a skeleton kind of headed towards those. You know, those.
Then
folk.
he'll try to swing at that one.
Okay. You know, it had kind of started to kind of look back over its shoulder at Connor, and then you run by shouting at people and take a swing at it if you want to.
Will do. This is probably going to be what? Might in close combat?
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, no, I don't roll for these guys.
Yeet.
No, you don't.
That would be a 3, and I'm using the weapon correctly, so that'd be a 4, correct?
All right, the defense is a 3, so that's a hit.
Fantastic.
All right, we're going to call number 6, the one by the elevators.
He'll do damage, and as you notice the one in the phalanx, he's going to spend that last point and knock it prone.
All right, so he goes prone.
Shoot off a leg.
Yeah, just come around and pop, just take out the leg.
No. Well, yeah, take out the leg does not disconnect from the body.
I'll say
I mean, there's no visible connection anyway, but
Sure.
I will say if you use the tag that I think you did, then that Warhammer does aggravated magical damage.
Mm-hmm.
oh no, the skeleton can't heal without magic now.
Basically, that's all it means is he just can't heal. Not that it's going to matter in this case. I could be wrong.
Okay, so then it comes to all the rest of mine. Okay, so the 2 Connor knocked across the room spin their round, getting back within range of Connor. You essentially, like I said, you knock them all the way across this large room. They spend their entire action getting the 2 range or getting the 2 areas back. The one Robert knocked down essentially spends his action standing up.
Testing.
Hey,
There's
Hang on
something.
a little bit.
Oh, I think I heard something.
boys.
Yeah, I think mine died. I don't know what's up with it.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not coming
It's
through real
unfortunate.
good.
It reminds me of. Yeah.
Well, at least you can be heard. That's the important bit.
Yes.
At least you're not in combat this time, unless you want to throw bees out.
She'd have to be there to direct him. So I don't think
Just got the door cracked open, peeking out, talking over his shoulder. All right, so that leaves me 4 more.
Right on me bones.
I even found the gif of a skeleton coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Okay. The 2 closest to Jaden are going to take a swing at her as they walk by. It's like they really want to get after Connor after what he did. But you're right there, so they're taking their swing as they go by.
So I do stamina, right?
Right.
Also, don't forget, since they're not attacking Connor, that complication added.
Yes.
That's 1. My bow has a +1 general. Do I add that to my roll, right? Or no?
Yes, generals
So
apply
that's-
to everything.
Okay.
So that's 2 successes.
All right, so that's 3. So your defense is currently a 3. So they got to have 3 just to hit you. But, their first 2 get taken away by the complication of being distracted by Connor.
Yep.
So the first one rolled 3. They're using their swords as swords. So that gives them 4. All right, so take 1 wound. Your armor would soak it, assuming you're wearing your jacket
Yeah.
that Robert made.
Is that 3 with the complication?
It's 3 on the
So they roll-
dice, plus 1 for using a sword as a sword.
Right.
So
So
Immediately
they got a
minus
total of 4. So her defense is a 3, so they gotta have 3. Oh no, you're right. The complication. You're right. So no, that one would miss. I'm sorry, Jade. Or Ravi, whoever.
Yes.
Same person.
Whichever one of you put the wound down needs to take the wound off. My apologies.
It's the same person, Rappy Jaden.
Which person? Who dis?
One's a character though. One's the player. Don't cross the streams.
new character who does.
Bad idea.
It's fun watching what's his face that plays Loki. I've seen interviews where he'll be doing that and then he'll have to stop himself. Like, no, don't cross the streams. Because sometimes he refers to himself as himself, and then sometimes he refers to himself as Loki. Alright, and then the second one. Only got a 3, so. So yeah, they both kind of take a side swipe at you as they're making their way over to Connor.
Okay.
And then the last 2 move up and attack Connor. They attack Connor individually, and then take their position in the formation. So the first one only gets 2.
So that is. So basically, I'm just going to be subtracting the general enhancement from the defense roll because I am prone. So that is 4 and 3.
Okay.
Prone characters lose 1 defense to melee attackers.
I knew it was something. I couldn't remember what exactly it was.
Yeah.
Alright, and the second one Ooh, that's 3, 4. And one of those is a 10, so reroll. Alright, so that's 4 on the dice, 5 with the sword.
-3.
So that is 2.
Right, and they each have to burn 1 to hit.
So yeah, he burns 1 to hit. Or 1 to do damage, I should say. So take a wound. And
Okay.
then the other stunt he will trigger will be blinding.
Alrighty.
So that gives you a +1 difficulty on...
Ranged attacks.
Well, if I look at that, does me. Alright. And that was the last 2. Okay. In the office are conversating people. Warden and Glory have kind of scooted over a little bit more behind the desk as they're listening to all this commotion outside.
Sasha and Tulare, it's just like, this is totally normal. Don't mind this.
It's just Thursday.
Is this normal for you people?
This part not really.
Surely you've watched like superheroes and stuff, right? That shit happens to them all the time. I'm not saying we're superheroes or anything, but like we're clearly gifted.
How much do you remember after?
He goes, I've heard about you all fighting monsters a lot. I guess this is the first time I've been present. Are you sure your friends don't need your help?
I don't know if they need it.
I actually Tillarius does send a text out to the group. Y'all good?
They don't have time to check texts in the middle of a fight.
That's what the fine voice in my head. They get up, crack the door open. Y'all good? Oh shit.
Connor's surrounded.
Yeah, there is currently
5 of them.
there are 7 of them in a phalanx by Connor, and Connor's on the ground.
Verbalize if you need help, Connor.
I'm good.
Okay.
Is he good?
You got this, buddy. And I'll just like flash the student, the opponent's to him. Close the door.
Flashlight.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of flashing. Okay, got you.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Larry's would totally flash him though.
Jeez.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway,
Not
I'll
like
close
it
the
would
door.
matter. He's blind right now.
Yep. I'll close the door and I'll look and Sasha goes, "Is he really okay?" And I'll just look at her and smile.
No, she would know. Is he really okay?
Oh yeah,
he
yeah,
hasn't,
yeah.
He hasn't actually taken any damage.
Yeah.
Okay. He's
Physically,
fine.
he's fine. His
Nothing's
armor's
hurt
damage.
except maybe his pride. He stepped down and went, "Come and get me!" And they went, "Oh, okay."
They were like, "Come at me." He's like, "Come at me," and they're like, "Bet.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
It's like basically, yeah.
I'm gonna get you."
All right. So back to the top of the order. Or no, conversating people. Anything y'all wanted to ask them?
She asked what was the last, if they remembered anything during their possession.
No, like I said, the delivery guy at the door is the last thing he remembers. And then he woke up like he'd been asleep a long time. You ever have one of them times when maybe you're sick or something and you sleep like 10 or 12 hours?
Yep.
And you wake up bewildered? That's kind of where he's at now.
Please.
Hiccup.
Yeah, you were cutting out a lot.
You were cutting out quite a bit there. Yeah.
Technical issues.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Try another one.
But Gloria has pretty much the same story. She was getting into her car somewhere, and somebody called her name, and she turned around, and that was about the last thing she remembers.
There's something honestly hilarious about that's how they got him is a delivery, and that's how Telarius got him to start all of this. It's like, hey, I got something for you. It's pain.
Paper cuts for everybody.
They'll just like look at you guys and goes, just, I don't know. It's been a rough little bit here, especially with this was the only station that really liked us. The other ones were like, shitty.
It was weird how unified their takes on you could be. At least I'm pretty sure that started up before.
We had a video that had irrefutable proof about or at least a refute to what the narrative had been with the Varangian band, and you all just saying that like something happened in the background, and then you all like you in particular, not you of course, but like you showed up and were like, shut everything down.
Oh, like I ran on camera and did that?
Yes.
Well, that's going to be embarrassing.
Yes. Just a little bit. Oh, yeah. And then Hilarious will do as Sasha has mentally commanded them to do, and and go through their socials.
So you like you like borrowing their cell phones and checking their
Yeah.
Well, that's right. You don't have to physically do it, but yeah.
Yeah, just double checking their socials because let's just see if there's been any like errant anything.
They have not been very active on any of their social medias.
Okay.
From what you can tell, that's not necessarily unusual for Warren. He's got a Facebook page. And
that Facebook page that posts like once a month, like, "Hey guys, I'm still alive, I promise."
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like he uses it just a whole lot. The occasional comment, maybe to somebody he knew in college, or some family member that's way off somewhere. But Gloria is much more active on a couple different platforms, but has not been active much in the past couple of weeks.
Okay. So yeah, that's probably then they'll like they'll like suggest that she check her phone. Like, well, probably around the time that you got possessed. At least they didn't post anything weird on Facebook.
No.
Like a shitty take or something.
Now, in Gloria's case, there was a few instances of where friends of her own line commented on the fact that she hadn't been very active, and she would. And Miss Adele had responded with, just been busy with mother passing, or just been busy helping dad. Little excuses, just not that it looks like she was putting a lot of effort into it, but just little excuses to not seem too weird. Sasha's mother is nothing if not a professional.
Professional liar.
Yeah, well,
Looks like there's a few comments here and there where people are just like, it's fine. Just busy at work, which when your work is when my work is literally being online all the time, it's a little different, but
Now I'm just picturing Gloria taking a selfie with the door open with all the skeletons behind her. Got possessed now.
Possessed. Now there's a bunch of Argonaut shit going on. Hey.
Hashtag Mondays.
Hashtag Mondays. Hashtag Garfield, because you got to get that SEO.
So anyway, back out in the bullpen outside.
I would close that up with like I'm gonna give them like one more, and then if they're still having trouble out there, I'll interject.
So yeah, top of the order, which is one of the players.
Did you want to go first, Monkey Man?
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I'll split action. Since athletics and close combat is the exact same thing. Same dice pool.
Yep, you just have to split the. You just have to split the.
Yeah,
the pool.
I just have to get the success for getting up.
Why am I picking up dice? I don't roll for this. Alright, so that's one success on the dice, plus your enhancements.
Which is 4 total.
But Delarius flashed you.
Right, 5 total. Nope, 6.
Now you're currently prone.
Yeah, so I had to roll the. I stated multi-action.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So I have to spend the 1 to get up.
Right.
Which leaves me with 5. Dang. What's headphones?
Alright. Alright, and the defense is a 3. When they're in the phalanx, they get an enhancement from each from the skeleton on each side of them.
Uh-huh.
So if you got a 5, that's exactly what you have to hit.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, are you hitting one of the ones you hit before, or hitting a fresh one?
Is the phalanx between me and Robert?
I am picturing the way I'm picturing the room. You know, big rectangle with like an partially open on one side that the hallway leads back to the elevators, and probably on the other side too, leading off somewhere. But the fighting area is basically a big rectangle with a bunch of cubicles in the middle. I am picturing you in front of the cubicles, but kind of between them and the office wall.
Okay.
So you've been knocked down there. They're lined in front of you. Robert's over to one side. So he's kind of looking at you in the phalanx in profile.
Gotcha.
Where Jaden is kind of behind the phalanx further into the room. In hindsight, I should have had a map for this.
No, you're good. I will hit the one on the inn nearest Robert.
Okay.
And using the Pistons for Fists power, get the free knockback.
Okay.
And not aiming for anything in particular, just knocking him in Robert's direction.
Gotcha.
Just knocking him out of the phalanx.
Basically. So it takes 4 to hit him, since he's at the end of a phalanx.
Correct.
Okay.
So that one takes a second. That was one of the ones you knocked back originally. That had walked up and got into the phalanx, but hadn't had a chance to attack you or anything. So he goes flying. Robert, you have a skeleton land more or less. Well, more or less right next to the one you knocked down. So you've got 2 of them laying down in front of you now.
And
special delivery.
And I will, utilizing the falling star, I will angle myself so the phalanx. So I'm basically at one line of the phalanx.
Okay.
So it's me, phalanx, Robert.
So you're on one side of the phalanx and Robert's on the other side, or you're between the two?
Let me pull up the. I'm gonna draw on your map. I'm sorry. Okay, so you said that he was looking at us in profile, so it's like the phalanx is here. Robert's like here. Connor's gonna go from here to here.
Okay, that is what I was picturing. Okay. So you're kind of getting out from just directly in front of the phalanx. So that they'll have to rotate around.
They will.
Which they do without any trouble, but that'll put their backs to Robert.
Yes. Which means I can systematically work on knocking members of the phalanx out.
Oh, you just lined up so you can send them back to...
Yeah.
It's like playing pool.
Basically, I'm batting them over to Robert.
Delivery.
And if they want to go like, well, heck this guy, I'm going to attack Robert. -2 penalty.
Now, is that for the scene?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so that's your go.
Let me pull up that power just to...
Maybe start putting little R's on the guys that are...
Yeah. Biggest
by
threat.
Robert.
When you make a show of force or intimidate your enemy, make a knack skill roll. On a success, the target must focus its efforts on dealing with you first, suffering a +2 difficulty to attack anyone else.
Alright. So next up is another player. So who wants to go, Robert or Jaden?
I can go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just beat the ones in front of you.
I mean,
I
if
think-
they're prone, they take a -1 to their defense, so they have 2.
I think Sarah's doing a full like restart.
Yeah,
I
think
think
so.
she is.
Yep, because the thing just got all janky.
Yep. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna bother adjusting
yeah.
nothing. She'll be right back. We'll
Just
probably all be in the
video.
wrong windows, or we're just gonna roll with it.
Said video may drop, heads up. Oh, we
Yeah.
should hand over each other's character sheets if that happens.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Oh
not.
God. No.
Who
You
wants
will-
the monkey?
I'm good. All right, so Robert's going to take a swing to one of the skeletons in front of him, 6 or whichever one got slung in front of him.
All right, so 6 or 1. So there's the one you hit, and then the one Connor's hit a couple of times. It's looking in kind of rough shape. It's got broken ribs. There's a crack running along one of its arms. Doesn't have a lot
He'll
of teeth.
smile. He'll smile as it lands in front of me. Perfect. And he'll swing down at it.
All right, give me a roll.
Wow, only a 3.
Its defense is a 3. It's prone, so that really makes it a 2.
All right.
So
it gives me 1 to play with.
well, you can do damage automatically.
Yeah, it just gives me 1 to.
When you bring the hammer down, you hit it right in the forehead, and the skull just shatters and falls flat. And where it was like moving, like it was going to try to get up, and all the bones just fall limp. And
No
like
bones
there's
dig
nothing
for that one.
connecting them anymore. Whatever phantasmal force was connecting it, it's just a pile of bones now. And old
Oh.
bones are like flaking and kind of almost like they're turning to dust.
Robert would kind of smile at that and be like, "That's 1, Connor." And that pretty positive that's all he can do.
All right. The next 3 will be 3 of them that are in front of Connor. And they're going to do like they did last time, where 2 of them are giving the other one a bonus.
Gotcha.
The only way you're able to hurt the monkey.
Ooh,
Re-
1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of those are 10s. And still 4. So 8 total.
5 defense.
Alright, so 5 defense. That's right, because you're up right now.
Yep.
So that leaves him with 3.
Mm,
Has to spend 1 to actually injure you.
yes.
Because of, I forget which ability.
Well tempered.
Yes.
I have a 1 soft armor.
Alright, so that is 2 left to play with. He'll knock you prone again.
Okay.
Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. And yeah, that's really all he's got to do. Alright, so that's those 3. Jaden, you're up. They have knocked Connor down again.
She's going to shoot at the ones at Connor. Because the other one, they're fine, right? The third person?
Yes, Connor had knocked... When Connor hit that first one, he knocked it into the one threatening that guy and up against the wall.
Alright. She's going to shoot at one of the skeletons that's surrounding Connor.
Okay. They're all formed up in a line. It's like Connor standing there, and they're all in a line. Shields, shields locked, phalanx style.
Four successes.
All right, so that's 4. Their defense is a 3.
Okay. So, with that, I'm going to.
Now let's see. And where I'm imagining you positioned your, like if this line, if my hand is the line of the phalanx, Connor's up here, Robert's like way south of it. You're kind of to one side and slightly south of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're shooting, you're catching them more or less from behind, so they're not getting the actual like phalanx bonus.
Yeah. Trying to see.
So yeah,
I have 1 success left. I'm going to hit them. Would a paralyzed stun work on them?
Try and find out.
Because it says targets muscle season. They're all skeletons.
Is this
from the bow, the face shot?
It says muscle.
And their nerves, so I'm wondering.
But that's I'm gonna say that it won't, just because that's aimed at living creatures, and these are not living creatures.
All right, so she'll just shoot to damage them, so the 1 free damage, and then we're going to pin, and they have a complication.
I'm picturing you shooting the skeleton in the foot, and it lodges between the bones, and in this case, is literally pinning it to the floor. Usually, it's a figure of speech. In this case,
it's a real thing. And that'll be it for me.
All right, we'll say that was number 10, who's on the end closest to you. All right, and then it's all the rest of them. All right. The one over by Robert that he knocked down earlier.
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Multiple action to stand up. Take a swing at you.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. One of those was a 10. So he has a total of 4. He has to spend one of those to stand up. That's 3 to hit you with. You want to make your defensive roll?
Sure. But is it not still affected with a complication? Or am I wrong?
Oh, you're right, because it for some reason is still fixated on Connor. So that's 2.
Yeah, there's no way.
It was 2, right?
Yeah, there's 2
Mhm.
left.
So it's got
If
one
they're gone with
left
the
to
competition.
hit you with. So you can make
sure I
your
can.
you can make your defense roll.
What would that be? Dexterity.
It's one of the resilience, resolve,
Uh.
stamina, or composure. Personally, I think dexterity should work. I don't know why they
Okay.
decided not to do that one, but-
You could just make that a rule.
That's true. Well, it's late in the game though. I
You
don't
could
know.
just house rule it.
Oh no!
All right, so you take a wound.
I mean, heavy armor's
It's
gonna
armor,
take
yeah.
that, so
Oh yeah, the armor.
armor takes a chink.
Oh, you have 2 armor, right? You have 2 hard armor now.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So I have one more cushion before I have to actually worry about taking damage.
All right, so that's 1,
Hey.
2, 3, 4.
Preparations. They work.
Okay, but one of them's dead. All right, so there's 5 more that are on Connor. All right, so 2 of them basically are going to attack Connor. One of them has 2 of his buddies assisting him, and one of them only has 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not. All right, one got a total of 10.
Oh God.
Yes, that is my best roll of the night. Connor, want to make his defense roll?
I already did. That one has 7 now.
Oh, still doing that double click thing. Weird.
Hmm.
Oh no, that you said 2 attacks, so
Oh, you're right. This would be the first one, so it'd be the 2. Okay, so his defense is currently what?
his defense is a 3 right now.
All right, so take 3 off of that. So that's 7 left to play with.
Uh-huh.
One of those to do the automatic damage. What would normally be the automatic damage.
Yep.
So take a wound. Now he's got 6 left. Which should be enough to trigger a crit.
It is.
So that's 4 to trigger a crit.
Okay.
Were you already prone?
Yeah.
Does
That's right,
do
that
I
affects
hear
defense, so.
do I hear Connor go or something like that?
I mean, he's
You're
now-
hearing the sounds of combat. Period.
Right, I hear the sounds of combat.
He's
There's a
burned
difference.
through his bruise track now.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I mean. There's a difference between like the din of combat and like a particular one of my coterie,
Now,
my band going, ah, fuck.
Sasha would be able to tell you that Connor is getting hit a
Yeah.
good bit.
in my imagination, what Talarius is hearing, the previous licks, you were kind of hearing a human sounding, oof, where the armor was taken, and then now you're hearing like, monkey screeches.
I'm into it. That might be problematic. You 3 keep company. I'll just see what the fuck's going on.
We said that I need to be close to do combat medic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But, you're close enough you can walk over to him without any trouble.
Yeah.
Own your action.
Oh
no, this is the reflexive thing, right?
This is a reflexive action. Once per turn, remove any bruise injury they may be suffering.
Okay.
Unfortunately, reflexive can only be done on your turn.
Really? Okay.
Reflexive isn't a reaction.
Okay. But when her turn comes up, she can do that and then continue her normal
I was
turn.
gonna say reflexive action is just like it's just a really quick action, like, but it's still on your turn.
Okay.
I mean, you can do as many reflexive actions as you want, but it still has to be your turn.
Mm.
1, 2, 3. 5 from his buddy. 6 from his sword. Alright, so the second one got 6.
Defense is a 0.
Your defense is a. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Minus
right.
1 from prone.
Yep.
Defense is 0.
Alright, so he's got 6 to play with.
Yep.
Alright, so 6 spends 1 to do damage.
Mm-hmm.
Then spends 4 to crit.
Okay. I can only take 1 more hit.
The monkey's bloodied.
Oh yes,
No,
Sarah's not here.
No, the monkey is maimed.
Sasha has just cut off mid-sentence and is walking to the door at this point.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure I'm safe in saying that would be her reaction to that. Swords
Yeah.
coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That
I'm gonna
is-
follow her cue. Just pardon me.
All right, that is everybody, I believe.
Do you want me to roll my initiative, or do you want me to just go right now?
Yes, go ahead and roll your initiative, and we'll
Alright.
just slot you in wherever your slot goes.
Dexterity. Firearms. Because I'm not getting close to those fucking skeletons. Ooh, look at that. 7
look at that.
successes.
7.
Ooh, that makes that is the top of the order now. Then.
And I just will go first then. I'm just gonna I'm gonna follow her. You just stay right here. Be
I'm
safe.
picturing Sasha flinging the door open, and then you bolt through before she has a chance to.
Hey, she's back.
Speaking of,
Welcome back.
I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm on my phone.
I can hear
It's
you.
I mean,
working.
We can hear
It's
you
working.
fine.
Yay!
Um,
Now this.
Roll for initiative.
Let me get back into the web browser. 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard someone went and
Connor's-
done a stupid.
Connor is maimed at the moment.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Wouldn't say that's called doing the stupid. It's just,
It's more of Jason's dice rolled exceptionally well and mine did not.
yeah.
As I got
Yeah.
double crit.
And while
Oh,
you're doing,
good lord.
Yeah, I took 4 injuries in 1 round.
Well, you're being prone really
Um,
didn't help either.
you got critted twice.
Mhm.
Hilarious is just gonna be like, nope, and then just like fire out the flashlight.
All right. Which skeleton are you shooting at? They're in a line.
They're in a line.
That's
Whichever-
the wrong game.
The one that is closest to Connor, like the one that may have just pulled their sword out of Connor. Like I'm firing at that one.
Okay.
That is 6 successes.
All right. The defense is a 3, so that leaves you 3 to play with.
Okay. I'm going to. Me going back to my thing. Just gonna hit it and do the damage, and then I will grapple ranged. I will spend the rest of the successes, if I'm able to attempt to disarm.
All right. So you do damage to. Let's see.
So I need, so 3 is damage, right?
What now?
3 is damage,
3 is his defense.
right? So, but
So you do a damage for free. You can do a damage for free.
right. So I would like to spend the other 3 to attempt to disarm.
Okay.
And that's I don't know what his combat skill is. So
Say disarm is 2.
that's
Disarming-
that's
Disarming
melee.
close combat is a 2. He's shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So
You must spend initial
whatever-
successes to knock the hours. Equal to the opponent's combat skill. The combat skill is a 7.
Okay. Am I getting to take backsies, or is that just what I'm doing?
Since this is the first time you did that, we'll let you move it to something else if you want to.
Okay.
Not that there's a whole lot.
Ooh, yeah. I'll spend 3 in pin.
That's interesting. Inflict damage on range is 0 plus opponent's armor. So it's actually harder to damage him in range, huh? Oh, did we lose somebody again?
Mm-hmm. So
She
she's
said she's
trying
trying
something.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Testing, testing.
Yeah?
Hello?
Hello?
You good?
I don't know what it did, but it fixed itself.
Woo! That's
Okay.
like the story of your computer.
Yeah, yeah. Just prayer circle for the computer.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, so I will inflict damage, of course, and then I will just give it a really difficult, like the beam of it like widens and encompasses the entire skeleton, so that it has to like get out of the way as it goes for another attack. And that one is I'm spending 3, so I am giving it it's a complication 2 with 1. And then additional successes to increase the complication. So it's like complication 4 with 3 successes. If I'm reading that right.
Which one are you doing? Which one did you say you were doing?
Pin.
All right. Completion of 2 on the character's next action or next attack.
But I'm putting 3 successes into it.
Is that you? Okay. All right, so he's got a 3 complication on his next attack.
4 complication.
That's right. Okay.
I'm spending 3 successes. Has a complication 4.
Gotcha. 4 complication.
How many skellies are on the field?
There are a total of 10. 1 has been taken care of.
Okay.
Basically what we had Sasha do is once she felt kind of take all that damage all at once, she basically pulled the sword, just stalked to the door and flung it
Accurate.
open. And then
Yep,
Valerius ducked out before she had a chance to, and did his thing.
That is accurate.
All right, so your initiative was a 2. We were currently on the top of the order at a 7. It is now a player at 6 who wants to go.
I guess.
If you want to get to him.
Yeah,
Alright.
she will head to him.
All right. So you take your reflexive action to do a little healing.
It just. See. It takes a bruised away, so I'm wondering, because I have also damage conversion, and whenever I minister medical attention to a patient or to yourself as an action, convert any injuries 1 lowered. Maim becomes injured, injured becomes bruised, and bruised heals completely.
Okay, so how many bruise conditions do you clear?
So with combat, I remove any bruised injuries you may be suffering.
Okay, so that clears 3 bruise conditions.
Yeah.
And then everything moves a tier down.
You go from maim. Sounds like you go from maim to injured.
Yeah, I think it takes off
Yes,
like the top
so,
tier maybe.
so my injured becomes bruised and my maimed becomes injured. So I still have
Yes.
2 bruised tracks and the maimed track still.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty.
Get back in there.
Okay, now you're not maimed.
That's your full action to do that. But
Yes.
that's a good
I
action. It's a good
I
action
don't.
well spent.
I don't care if that took my full action.
Oh, yes,
He is
yes.
not maimed anymore.
Sarah, are
And
you going to
just
try to
as-
get back on Zoom or?
I'm with just like the 15 minutes left. I'm not gonna. Or
Oh,
if
that's
it would
right.
help
That's right.
situate the stuff back, I will.
Uh,
I'll open up Zoom.
everything is kind of jumbled.
Yeah, I'll open up Zoom and it'll at least
You know,
maybe
if it gives
situate us
if it
back.
gives us the least bit of trouble when you do that, though, we'll just not worry about it because you're right. It is just 15 till already. All right.
Well, probably this combat too.
Oh, we may have to pick this combat up next round or next.
Nah,
session.
we can finish, right?
Well, I'm good. I'm on vacation this week. Yeah. I don't care.
I'm good.
I
Yeah, I'm
close
good.
tomorrow.
Though I do have a 3D print waiting on my machine to go check. All right. So that was the, let's see. Hilarious went on the 7, and Jaden went on the 6. Who wants to go next? I feel
Sasha would
like
to find some skeletons.
I'm about to say I feel like Sasha should get a chance to go because she's the one that flung the door open, and then everybody started going before her.
Simple action. She's stripping away vision from the Skelly boys.
All right. Is there a role for them to resist this?
No, sir, there is not.
That doesn't seem very fair to the Skelly boys.
I did not write this. I just copied it over. It just says you can strip away the vision of any number of characters in range, imposing blinding condition on them for 1 seed. I have to imbue a legend for it, but that's it. If they were trivial, I wouldn't have to even do that.
All right. So how many of them are you knocking out?
All of them. Any number of characters.
Oh, any number. Well, that's just not fair. It's not fair to Flair.
I just copy and paste, man.
All right. It puts a how much of complication on them?
It gives them the blinded condition.
Okay. You're in charge of looking at what the blinded condition does.
I'm assuming it would be like the same in our combat stuns.
Where it's just a single complication.
Yeah, additional complication on them.
Probably just something else that they have to buy in combat.
Yeah.
Let me look for it.
Increased difficulty of 1.
Okay.
Okay.
And it lasts the entire scene or until I drop it.
That is not as
Plus-
drastic as it sounds when you go, I'm blinding everyone.
And she is also reaching for the bees.
Fuck the bees!
Oh, she's going for the 3 bees. Bees, blinding, and blade.
Amazing.
Right. So next up that's her on a 4, then it's all the baddies that go on a 4, which there's 3 of those.
I will say ahead any of the attacks that connect on Connor she would be taking the injury for.
Alright, so when she walked up and put herself in front of Connor.
Okay.
Is that what
But
is that what you're saying?
No.
That's the condition of the wound.
That's the nature of the lover's bond.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
She is magically taking the damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I was trying not to stab her this time, but yeah, well. When I don't stab her, then she asks for it. Okay. Finicky old woman. All right, 1, 2, 3. So, as they've been doing, one of them is making the attack and getting the bonus from the 2 on either side. And Sarah, you may not have been here. The skeletons are in a phalanx, basically.
Yeah, I was here for that bit.
Okay, I was not sure.
Case of the Argonauts.
So how many are attacking?
3 of them are going right now. So one of them is making the attack roll and getting bonuses from his buddies.
Has how many complications on him?
Quite a few, but the buddies are giving him enhancements, so
Balancing it out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I swear to God, I am rolling all these 10s. All right, so 1, 2.
You haven't
3,
killed
4,
somebody yet, and you want to
5.
kill somebody.
Well, Scylla will give me a chance to do. The conclusion will give me a chance to do that. All right, so that's 5 on the dice. 6 because he's using a sword. 10 for his buddies. But then they've got the blinded complication on them.
It's -1.
I'm actually going to count that as -3. I'm going to lower how much his buddies are able to help him. Just seems fair. So
well, yeah, they blind leading the blind and that kind of thing.
So that'll drop him down to 7 successes. And your defense is currently 4. Oh, hey, you made a good roll that time. All right, so defense is 4.
No crit.
So that leaves him with 4 successes. He has to spend 1 just to do damage, which is what takes him below the ability to actually crit. So somebody takes a wound. Does Sasha have to roll for that, or can y'all just share health tracks, basically?
It's
Share
automatic.
house tracks.
Okay. All right, then Connor, the sword hits you. Say somewhere like on the shoulder. Sasha, your well, I guess it'd be if you're wearing one of the armored coats that are
It'd
made.
be eating
So that was those 3. Then we have a player going on 3.
I would like to get up.
I think Connor should go last this round. It's just my opinion. I just think it'd be funny.
Oh no, Sasha just got hit. He's pissed.
Technically, you got hit.
Well, yes, which is why he's pissed, because it's his fault.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Well, if you were
But
just
technically
better at what
she
you were
didn't
doing.
Get hurt though.
Technically, she didn't get hurt though. The
That
armor
don't
took it.
matter. That don't matter.
Well,
Doesn't matter,
if
it's
he were just
monkey
better
logic.
at his job, it wouldn't have happened. Maybe he needs to go train with Kim.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Well,
That was a low blow.
I'm okay. So I'll imbue. I was gonna bless myself before I did this to give myself +2 enhancement. So that's a 9.
you have to remove
Minus
1.
1 to get up.
Okay, so that
And-
leaves you with 8 to play with.
Yes. So how many are in this phalanx right now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are currently 8 of them in the phalanx.
Okay. He's gonna target 2 that have like buddies on either side. Oh shit, it'll take 5 to hit them in that case.
Well,
Shit balls.
Focus
not that
fire
I should
down.
be helping, but with your staff, the way your staff can extend, you could literally just be whacking each one on each end. Because the ones on the end only have one buddy assisting them in their defense.
Yeah. So yeah,
So it only needs
that's what I'll
4s
do.
to hit those on the ends.
He'll hit each one of them, and using the free knockback, he's gonna send both of them flying.
All right. So their defense is normally a
We
3.
did-
They do each have one buddy, so they can make the defense a 4.
8. You hit
So
both
yeah,
of them.
you split what you got left in half, and yeah.
Mhm.
So that's both of them have been injured before, so that's 2 wounds on both of them that they now have, and they go flying back against the walls, or not against the walls, back towards Robert. Robert, 2 more skeletons land at your feet. I think you've now got 3 of them at your feet. Or no, 2 of them
One
at your
of them is-
feet. One of them has stood back
One's
up.
up.
Yeah, one got back up and assaulted him the last time.
Yeah.
At disadvantage, right? Because tank stance.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
yes. They did. He did take the penalties for that. All right, so that's a 3, and then Jaden, you go. Oh, Jaden just went.
Mm-hmm.
Who has not gone?
Robert-
Oh, Robert. Robert hasn't gone.
Robert
Yeah,
hasn't
hasn't gone.
gone.
The gentleman you were just talking to is the only one that hasn't had his round. Well, he's going to look at whichever Scaly is the roughest and swing on down.
All right. The 2 that just landed
Mm-hmm.
look rougher than the one standing up. Now you're confident in your and that. And
I was
of
fixing to
course,
say, I'm really sitting here wondering.
you could play whack-a-mole on 2 of them.
You know what? I'm going to take the gamble, and if the gang don't mind, I'll burn a momentum.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
All right,
What you gotta do?
burning momentum.
Okay, so let's see what RNGesus says to me. That gives me a 4, and with the momentum, it's what? Just rolling an extra.
That's
D10?
rolling an extra dice.
All right, so is it D10?
Right, 1d10.
Fun thing. How deep in like one of the virtues is he for the Aesir?
I don't know. We haven't doing much of anything with the virtues.
Yeah, I know, because I literally finally just found what the virtuous thing is for the virtues. Yeah.
Since that's a 2, I'm going to assume that is not a success.
It is not a success. So you get
All
3
right.
successes on the roll, plus 1 because you're using a weapon as a weapon.
And they have a negative. They have a -1 because they are prone. Correct.
Correct. So their defense, both of them's defense is currently 2.
You can whack
So
both of them.
You could whack both of them.
What?
They both had 2 wounds, so when you put another wound on them, their hits crack.
Double kill.
I'm picturing one of them you come down on the head, the other one you probably hit the torso, but it just kind of caves in and everything goes limp.
Fatality.
Mhm.
You have redisposed of 2 monsters.
I was fixing to say, so far, Connor has just been sending them to Robert. Robert's like, ha! Finishing blow. Whap!
I like the idea that they're coming in mid-air. You just like pat, pat, like look.
You know, visually, I like that. We can roll with that.
Just visually,
Could you take
Robert's
this,
just
sir?
swing. Robert's just swinging, batting 1,000, just.
You know, the one that's standing is standing. They're coming on either side of him. Robert goes up one side and down the other side of the guy, smacking his buddies out of the air.
Don't
All
worry,
right, so that is 2 more
next.
dead. But one of them had already gone. The other one had not, though, so that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that have not acted. One of those is the one in front of Robert, so he's gonna take a swing at Robert.
Okay.
-3.
-4. Blinded.
No, that's why I said -3. Because his taunt is a -2.
Oh, I thought it was
So
a
blind.
-3 already. Okay, never mind.
Alright, so that is
Ignore me.
Yeah, you're good.
3, 4. Alright, so we got a total of 4. -1 for being blind. -2 for being taunted. So that leaves him a 1.
You
Robert,
just have to roll a 1 on your
if
defense.
you just get a 1 on your defense, he missed.
Don't put pressure on his dice like this.
Just 1 success.
Spin the wheel.
Hey, there you go.
That's
2
a 3
successes,
defense.
so yes.
So the skeletons that are by Connor, the one that swung at him last, that one has a 4 complication. I'm just putting that back out there now that it's.
Okay,
So they either buy that off or take damage.
gotcha. Oh, that's right. I forgot Jaden had pinned. She had pinned.
No, I pinned the last one that hit him.
Yeah, so did Jaden.
Okay,
She pinned one over the ones by Robert, I think.
okay,
Let's see.
then that's different.
Yeah, the one she pinned
I think it's
just got smacked to Robert and taken out.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. There's a foot with an arrow in it still on the floor.
Yep.
Just like between the bones of the foot.
Mhm.
This is the one time that she literally pinned somebody with that.
I like it.
All right, so that leaves. So that was the one on Robert. So that's 3 that are still on Connor. And they're going to do like those first 3 we're doing, where one of them makes the attack and the other 2 are just boosting him.
Mhm.
though they're not boosting him as much this time.
Plus, yeah, he's pinned.
Oh,
They're all pinned like
that's
shit.
not good. All right, so 1 success on the dice. 1 from each buddy. 1 using the sword as a sword. So that gives him 4. Minus 1
It's
for
not by enough.
blinded. So 3 successes.
Defense is a 4.
So he misses. And I've been forgetting to talk about the office people, but this entire every time we go through a round, the office people are just streaming past Robert. Most of them are using the stairs. A couple of them, when the elevator will ding, will pile into the elevator and go down.
It's not a fire, so it's fine.
By this point, it's pretty well clear.
Is this skeleton attacking the one that was pinned?
I'm not sure. Which one did you pin?
I pinned the one that critted on Connor on the last round.
Okay. He would have been one of the ones assisting.
Okay, that's fine.
Because Jaden had one pin on one side. I think yours was on the other side.
Still didn't pull out the complication, man.
That's fair. He would probably his contribution would have been 1 lower.
He could still do it. I'm
So
just
he'd have
gonna
missed
fucking
by a
burn
little
him
more.
for it. Yeah.
I don't know. We spend to pay off.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So yeah, back inside the order.
How are you looking, Hunter?
You're still like injured, right?
Yeah, I'm still have the injured track, and I still have 1 bruised track.
All right.
So he beat up and bloody.
So we're gonna do this again.
I mean, he's still pretty fucking bloody because he was all the way to maimed.
So we're gonna do the damage conversion. Injured, bruised is gone, and then
So I
we're
have 1
going.
bruised.
And then we're gonna do the combat medic, where your bruise is gone, you're good, you're healed. Fully.
Get up there.
All right, do you have
Back
to
on the
roll
what?
for any of that, or is it just a matter of spending the actions?
It's just a matter of spending the actions. I don't roll. It doesn't say to roll anything.
All right, that's fine. I just wasn't sure how it worked. So Connor's standing there bashing skeletons,
Like you have like just she's doing kitchen
and
sink
Jaden's
surgery.
just standing behind him, stretching out snipping the medical tape.
Let's have to stay in there.
That's
how many
amazing.
trees died for all this bandaging I'm putting on you?
I would like to go next.
All right, so that was Jaden at the top of the order.
I'm gonna aim between the. I'm gonna aim at the. There's like 1 phalanx in front of Connor now, right?
Well, there's always 1 phalanx. It's just different groups of them within the line doing stuff. Let's see. There's
Sure.
currently 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's 3 in front of Connor.
5.
There's a
'Cause-
lot in front of Connor.
6.
Okay.
There's 6 in front of Connor. Yeah, there's 6 in front of Connor and 1
In
back
front
by
of
Robert that's still
Robert. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will. I guess I'll just fucking fire. Yeah, I'll just fire at one of the. I'll aim at that same one I hit a moment ago. Just for
Okay.
simplicity's sake.
It's on the end, so it's a little easier to hit.
Yep.
So his defense is technically a 4 currently.
Oof. That's more than 4. That is 6, 7 successes.
So that's 7 successes. Take away the 4 required to hit.
Mhm.
So that leaves you 3 to play with.
Is it even alive?
mean,
Yeah.
it's a
This
skeleton,
is the
so
second.
no.
This is the second wound you put on it.
Okay,
So it's
Then
still
I'm going
animated.
to push it out of the phalanx.
Okay. And you
Towards
got like
Connor,
3
actually,
successes.
since I'm on the other side.
Uh,
I have 3 to play with, right? So yeah, just do that.
So yeah, you can knock it, well out of the range for it to get up and just take a swing at somebody.
Hits
Oh,
a door or something.
Does it go flying past me?
If you want to, sure.
I'll say
That's
because
what I'm gonna do.
I am engaged with all of them, so technically it'd be leaving my threat range.
You have attack of opportunity?
That is a thing for things leaving your threat range, as long as you didn't send them flying.
I sent it flying, so
Well, as long as like the person doing the attack of opportunity isn't the one that sent them flying. Like I can't get attacks of opportunity on the ones I hurled at Robert. But if DM allows.
I don't know, because this isn't a thing walking away. It's being flung very quickly and violently.
Yeah, that's what I said. If DM allows.
I'm gonna say no for this, just for the involuntary nature of it.
Fair enough.
Yep.
It was not voluntarily fleeing.
Right.
And then I will center myself and just think of like I start thinking Samuel had a trick during this, and I'm gonna activate my stunt to give me a +2 in combat, which I should have done first, but I didn't. That is
But
on
you're
me.
doing it now. So.
Yeah. The equivalent of like Hunter's Mark. You just always fucking forget.
All right.
That's my turn.
That was you
I'll
on
be
a
back.
6. Next is a player on a 4.
I could take a swing unless Sasha wants to do something, because she is big mad.
I mean, she was gonna drop some bees.
Go drop some bees.
She dropping just yeets the jar of bees in there.
Oh, is that an area effect, or does it target a specific person?
I'm double checking that.
I think it was a specific person, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a specific, but bee swarm feature. Yeah, I think it's just one. I think it's just one.
Not the bee.
what could bees do to a skeleton, though?
According
be
to this, give
surprised.
them a rank 3 complication.
Good enough.
Also, they take an injury if they try and leave the bee field. And bee swarm, rank 3 complication. Countless bees swarm around you, buzzing and stinging with abandon. This complication applies to all physical actions, and moving away from it requires successfully disengaging. The swarm uses the scion's presence plus a call to oppose.
Okay.
Take an injury condition and reduce your defense by 1 until next turn.
So you eat the jar at him or whatever.
But yeah, she targets. Is there one that looks a little bit more put together than the rest of them?
Not really. They all look pretty identical.
Okay.
Other than where they've been bashed by some of
Yeah.
y'all or burned by Telerius, so
She'll go for one that looks like it's about to drop, just to try and drop it.
Okay, the most damaged one on the field is the one Telerius just knocked back.
Okay, you see a swarm of bees just cloud after it.
And it takes an injury?
Mm-hmm. Defense is reduced by 1, and it can't disengage unless it makes a successful roll.
So yeah, the bees start swarming in, they're crawling through the eye holes. It swats at them a few
Fantastic.
times and then just kind of falls apart.
Beans.
And then the bees are just kind of floating there.
Yep, until her next turn, and she redirects them.
So that is another one gone. Another one rebites the dust.
Ba-da-dum.
That's all you can use.
Okay, then it is 3 of my guys go. And they're doing their usual setup. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 5 for the sword. The guy on either side of him, though they only contribute 1 apiece currently. -1 for the main guy being blind as well. So that gives him a total of 7.
Mm-hmm.
And your defense is
1.
Alright, so he's got 6 to play with.
I mean, we're at 4, actually 5 momentum now. Or actually 6.
Was it
Thank
6?
God,
Because Robert
Davis
burned
won.
1.
Okay, so 5.
Okay.
Because
Alright, so,
we've been rolling a lot of zeros.
Alright, so he's got, so that's 6 total successes he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Your defense is a 1, so that leaves him with 5.
Yep.
He spends 1 of those 5 to make you take a wound.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to make one of you take a wound. It's up to y'all who takes it.
Yeah.
And then you'll spend 4 to crit.
She'll take the wound if that's like the first hit.
Well,
It's
it's
Conrad.
2 hits to wherever y'all's wound track is.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna split them up 1 and 1?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see, just Sasha's armor gives her 1 wound or 2 wounds.
Her armor, it's just the jacket armor, so
Okay.
she has a bruise now.
Okay, so she is actually bruised now.
Yes.
And then the contact's another lick. I'm not sure where his track is at currently.
Well, my entire injury track got healed except for my armor, so I'm back to going through bruised again.
I don't think Jaden's abilities would heal the armor.
No, it doesn't.
No,
No.
it,
So
No,
He's
it-
back to his bruise track.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, my armor's still
My-
tacked off.
no, see, including damage sustained to armor.
Really? Okay.
And that's what it says
Hey,
without
it's
needing to
supernatural
roll.
stuff. Magic
Oh,
means you ain't got to
so-
explain shit.
So my armor just took a hit then.
So, yeah, I healed you fully.
Okay.
Well, all right then. All right, so that was those 3. A player goes on 3.
think it's
I
Robert?
think
Yeah,
it's
Robert.
I can. I mean, if I'm the last one, then well, you know.
You're-
So you got
Oh.
one standing in front of you, feeling
And
neglected
he-
because you've been ignoring him.
It's okay. I'm gonna fix that problem right now with a good old swing. And
All right, his defense is a 3.
Fight close combat. And 3, so it hits, or it's even. Yes.
All right, so yeah, that hits. You don't really get to do
So-
anything fancy, but you slapped another damage on him.
Just bang.
You come down, you nick kind of this part of his skull, this side of his jaw snaps off. He's sitting there like half a mandible now.
I imagine him taking the time, just like you ass, just snapping the bone back in.
Oh no, not it came loose. You snapped that side of the jaw off.
Oh.
So he's just got that one half of a mandible now. It drops open. He looks down at where it went and looks back up at you.
Like you.
It's like, you bitch.
You mother fornicator. All right.
I don't know why
He's
that's
Greek.
getting me.
He's Greek. He should sound fancier. More classy. All right, and a player goes on 2, so which one of y'all has not gone yet this round?
The monkey.
All right, Mr. Hughes.
Which is funny. I figured you done gone.
Nope. Everyone else was like, me. I was like, all right.
Well, I want to make sure you weren't hurt anymore, so
Yeah.
Having the healer go first when you've been beat up is, perfectly
Kind of important.
Besides, Connor goes
Okay.
first all the time.
Yeah. So that is 8 successes.
All right, and you are smacking.
The one
First
that hit
bio.
him that last round. Last go
Okay.
through. So 5 to burn through its armor to
All
get
right,
the
that,
hit.
that would be one of the ones in the middle, or would have been in
Yes.
the middle of a group.
Mm-hmm. And then because my staff has the brutal tag, crit.
All right, so you put 2 damage on that one. Was
Yep.
not one that's been injured before, but he is very injured now.
Mm-hmm. And
He goes flying.
he's also been evicted from the phalanx.
Involuntarily evicted.
So he goes flying back. Robert, there's another one at your feet. Oh well, Robert's gone.
He typically has his headphones on. Unless he left it on his chair.
All right. We'll remind him when he gets back.
He probably left it on his chair if he went to the bathroom.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
All right, so that was that. And that leaves me. Ooh, I only got 2 guys going at the end now. Y'all are whittling them down.
Okay.
Let's see. I have had Robert. The one on Robert has already attacked, right? Did he do that up in
Yes.
the middle?
Yeah.
No. That was last round because the 3 in the middle are always the first phalanx portion going after. All right, so I've got. So one of those would be Robert. So there's one loose one basically up close that can take a swing at somebody. That's somebody being Connor because they keep hitting him. He keeps falling down and getting back up and making motions to get their attention.
There's a song about that.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it sounds similar to like slapping a tub.
All right, so he gets. Nobody's assisting him at the moment, though. Basically, his buddy next to him just got ejected. So that's 3 successes on the dice, plus 1 for using a sword as a sword. So he got 4.
Defense is a 4.
So it's a tie. Tie go to player.
Yeah.
And even if it didn't, he wouldn't have anything left to spend to actually do damage. So.
I mean, it'd be a -1 for the blind anyway. So.
Oh, you're right. So yeah, definitely just a flat out miss. And then go ahead and roll for the one attacking Robert, who got 1 success on the dice, plus 1 for using a sword as a sword. So that's 2, minus 1 for being blind. So if Robert gets any kind of success. Oh, Robert's back. He's taking a swing at you. Give me a defense roll.
Also, Robert, a member of the phalanx was unceremoniously ejected towards your location.
Ah, lovely. Okay. So, stamina. Please be kind. Hey!
It's a miss.
Woo!
And sure enough, another skeleton hits the ground at your feet. Or it's flying at you if you want to smack it out of the air when your turn comes up. Top of the order.
Permission to smack it out of the air.
Smack it out of the air.
Do the thing, my guy.
So you've got the one flying at you, and you've got one standing there. Both look very badly injured.
Little sir, for the love of God, please do not insert tiny daggers into body. They hurt very badly.
No, we're gonna do it.
Alright, and yeet. 4.
Alright. Let's see. His defense is generally a 3. He's counting as prone. So, yep, you smacked him out of the air.
Woo!
You can't, You knock the skull loose as he goes by, and then the rest of the bones just lose cohesion, and it's just you just hear bones clattering randomly
It's
on
like
the ground behind you.
a xylophone trill.
Yes.
Again, rat on me bones. Anyway. uh,
All right, so that was Robert on a 7. Who goes on a 6?
the floor is open, kids.
Oh,
So Connor will happily swing again.
Yeah, swing again, food.
All right, sounds like Connor's got the
Do
floor
it.
then.
All right. I will go ahead and use a blessing for this swing because this phalanx is annoying.
All right, so there are currently 4 standing in front of you.
That is 9 successes total.
Oh god.
Oakley dokley. Are you smacking one in the middle or one on the side?
He's gonna hit one of the ones in the middle,
Okay.
send it flying, and crit it.
All right.
To
So
break up that 3-unit nonsense.
all right, so it goes one. Robert, another one comes launching back at you.
Woohoo! Present.
Get a lot of use out of that warhammer.
Breaking it down.
God, have I ever?
That was a 6. Another player goes. Who wants to go on a 4?
well, I guess Jaden will go.
You're done patching up Connor.
Basically, and she will shoot at the one in front of Robert.
The one standing in front of him.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh nope, I failed, and I had a 1.
That is
2 ones.
3 momentum.
Oh jeez.
Oh yeah, 2 ones.
Yeah.
I gotta break the box open. I didn't have enough bright colored ones sitting out.
I was saying that's 3 because you're specialized with bows, right?
Yeah.
So specialized 0 and a 1.
Yep.
All right, so that's 3 more momentum for y'all.
Puts us at 8 now. I
They're a
think.
bit bloody, so she's trying to shoot, and it's not working.
Much blood. Too much of Connor's blood has gone in your hands. You didn't wear gloves because fuck the rules, and you just slip.
I mean, hey, our momentum track has suddenly shot up.
Yeah.
Y'all been kind of struggling at 1 or 2 for the past month worth of games.
Almost like we haven't rolled or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Josh,
A lot of
incoming.
investigation.
All
Josh.
right.
Incoming.
All right, so next up is...
More potential victims.
All right, so next up is that middle 3.
Yep.
So where you've knocked some holes, they all kind of do the side steps so they form up.
Yeah.
And, one of them makes the real attack while the other 2 are kind of like trying to distract you, aid their buddies.
9 momentum.
All right, y'all are just doing it on purpose now.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
All right,
we're
this is the
doing
last
all-
light colored chip I've got to use for y'all's momentum. The dark color was for my...
Wait, aren't you supposed to have... Oh.
So my defense is a 1.
All right. Yeah, I rolled, but it hadn't counted yet because y'all started making noises. All right. So that is 2 on the dice, -1 for being blind. He gets 1 from each buddy, and 1 for using a sword as a sword. So it's 4 successes.
-1.
So yeah, -1 to do damage.
Yep.
Whichever one of you's gonna take it. Then that leaves him 3, which is not
Still
enough to
have
crit.
Well, he'd be with 2 if he's gonna actually hit me.
What do you mean?
Soft armor.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he had 4, -1 for my defense, -1 for the soft armor for the difficulty of using the inflict damage stunt, which leaves him with 2 to play with.
Okay. So he damages you and knocks you prone.
Okay.
And then it is a player on 3, so one of y'all that hasn't gone yet.
I will go.
All right.
Bees have been redirected to the one that knocked Connor prone.
Okay.
They now have the blindness and then the additional +3, so 4 complication on them right now, and an injury.
Injury, 3 complication. All right.
And she gonna step up and take a swing.
All right. At the same one the bees is on?
Mhm.
Okay. Go for it.
That is 4 successes.
All right, so his defense is a 3. He's on the end of the phalanx, so he only gets 1 bonus from that. So that gives him a defense of 4. Do the bees lower his defense?
Yes, they do. They lower his defense by 1 until her next turn.
Okay. So he's got a 3, and you said you got a total of what?
4.
All right. So you've hit him. You got 2 to play with.
Hit and have 2 to play with. Let me see what I can do with 2 in a second. Oh, no, she's going to Flatlander, enforcing the bound, or not forcing the bound, glimpse the other side.
So he
No,
disappears.
wait, no. I have to roll it, but yes.
Okay.
I'm just double checking which one it is. Yeah. Glimpse the other side. When was it start time? It also gives her a +1 enhancement. So she actually had 3. I'm just trying to see what I need to roll. Okay, liminal occult to see if he disappears.
Okay.
Because I have to roll one suit for liminal because I don't have a spot for that. 4.
How many dice is it?
It's going to be a total of a lot.
Okay.
So yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
Because it's based off his defense.
All right. So he disappears for like a round or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So he's
The
gone.
main one. He's also injured and gone. But yeah.
I think I jotted the injury down. Yeah, I jotted the injury down. I jotted down the.
Yeah. And then her hit for free.
Yeah. All right. That was you on a 3, I think I said. So there should be one more
Yes.
player left that hasn't gone.
That's
I
Valerius
don't
gone?
think
Go?
Talarius has gone this round. Have
They
they?
have not.
Oh, okay. I got the rounds mixed up. I was like, I could've sworn I
It's
shot
easy to
somebody.
do considering there's no set initiatives.
Yeah. All right. I'm firing then. I'm a firing my laser.
Just don't miss.
Wait. Did? Oh wait, no, he did swing. Okay, because he did that the first time. Yeah. Goddamn, that's rough. I've been here like, man, I'm waiting for my next turn. All right, cool. I will fire. Firing at one of the. So one of them is like temporary solo, right? Temporarily solo.
One of them has blinked out of
one that's-
existence temporarily.
Uh-huh.
I think there was one flying back towards No, Robert smacked that one out of the air, didn't he?
Robert smacked that one out.
There's one standing by Robert.
Uh-huh.
That one's definitely solo.
But there was another one by Connor that was solo, right? Because there's two that, right? But they're like not in a phalanx right now. Is what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. So, yeah, I'm gonna fire at the one.
Okay.
I'm gonna fire at one of those. Then, and that's 3 total.
All right, give it a roll.
I did.
Oh, wait,
It's
you
3
did.
successes.
And the one by himself, defense is 3, so you can do a damage to that one.
Their skin is slow, or their bones are slowly blackening.
They're admiring one another's tans. Alright. And then after that, I believe I've got 2.
There was the 2 next to Connor, right?
Let's see.
But didn't they burn their thing to help their friend?
That was those 3 there.
There should also be one still in front of me that's been standing the whole time.
Right. One. Okay. Yeah. That's it. It's what we've got left is the one that's by himself by Connor.
There's 2, but yes.
That it steps over and links up with the other 2. Well, the other one.
I wonder what happens
until-
when that one returns back to space.
Aren't they shunted off?
Yeah, I would assume it does like the shunt off.
I'm sure it shunts it off, but that'd be funny to just picture it.
So the one back by Robert.
Conjoined skeleton twins.
That is 2. 3 minus 1 for being blind, so a 2 to hit you.
Okay.
So give me a defense roll.
That puts you up to 2.
Alright, so he misses. And then the lonesome one in front of Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Gets 1 success on the dice. Plus 1 for using a sword as a sword. So that's a 2.
Right. 1 second. So I'm getting up stretched.
No problem.
Yeah, let's see. 4 defense.
Alright, that's a miss. Top of the order. Who wants to go first this round?
I can.
You do have one flying at you.
I have another one flying at me. Well,
Yep.
let's see. Swing into me.
Probably the last calcium delivery, though.
I thought he took out. I thought the one you knocked to him last round, he took out last round.
I thought he did too, because I thought he had to have, because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why. Because he went
So
first last round.
he's just got the one that's actually in front of him. That's
Oh,
been in
yeah,
front
okay.
of him.
Gotcha.
So if you
This
still want to
whole
go first,
time-
dude, go for it.
This poor soul that's been so lonely, and I've been ignoring him because I have calcium buddies coming in hot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's take a gander at the game. And yeet. Oh,
Oh God!
Yeah, that's his ass.
That.
I ain't got to do no
There's
math on that one.
questions, like,
Oh yeah,
that's his
yeah.
ass.
I'd say that's enough for a crit too. I think. With
Hence
your,
it being his ass.
Yeah.
I mean, you start at the head, it shatters, and then you're just knocking vertebrae out of the way until you get down to the pelvic bone. We drive
Literally
into the
his
ground
ass.
and break into a couple pieces.
Nice, nice.
And then the arms drop.
I want it to be known that the entire time I've used a pistol, my dice have been, man, I put a hammer in my hand
And it's
Like,
been
oh, this
fun
feels
all
good.
the way. It's like it's been fun all the way.
They're like, hey, he's speaking our language. What up?
It's like it was meant to be.
I mean, he is an ACer, so.
All right. Who wants to go on a 6?
We have how many Skelly Boys left? Just the one, and then the one hanging out in a demiplane.
Just
Yeah.
2, I think, and
Yeah,
then 1 in the
seriously, 2.
demiplane.
Yes, 2 and 1 in the demiplane.
Total of 3.
So there's 2 standing in front of Connor and 1 that's going to reappear in front of Connor once he misses his
Well,
turn this round.
I'd say I don't want that failing to come back together, so.
Go for it.
Yay. 6.
All right. The defense is, let's see, 3. The
I'll be
guy
right
that's
back.
going
We're
4.
like a 4 right now, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna smack one of them.
He goes away. Like, falls into pieces.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Well, that leaves me with 2 successes with to do with them.
You dusted him, so like
Well, you can, the bones can still be flying back towards Robert, but they're already just, falling apart on their own. So. Like when one of the pros will hit a baseball and it'll fly apart. Doesn't happen very often, but every now and then.
Yeah. Okay.
And then on a 4, one of y'all gets to go. There's 1 standing in front of Connor and 1, about to make his reappearance.
I'll fire at the one that's in front of Connor still.
All right.
7 successes.
That's sufficient.
I hit and crit.
Hit and crit. That takes him out.
Huh. I haven't done that before.
So that takes out all but 1 of them. His turn comes and goes. And then I can't remember if it's hit at the end of his turn that he reappears or the end of Sasha's. Not that it really matters. He misses a turn, so. His turn
Everyone
comes,
just
and when it's over, he
dogpiles him.
reappears.
I mean, we dogpile him if you want to make that cinematic. Oh wait, don't shoot. There he is.
Dang.
Right.
All right, so the last Skelly Boy's turn came up, but he's in another dimension. Then when his turn is over, he reappears. Correct?
When Sasha's turn comes around, he reappears.
Okay. Well,
So literally just waiting on Sasha's turn. It's like, oh, I'm gonna stab this
then
dude.
Sasha being the next player that goes, Skelly Boy reappears.
Yep. So, bees and blade.
All right. And the bees just gotta auto damage him, don't they?
Yeah.
All right, so that's another point on him. Or I think I messed my tracks up.
Just 2.
I think the bees are enough to kill this one. I think he already had 2 on him. Somewhere around here, I think I put some of the wrong damage on the wrong skeleton. Regardless, you've done enough damage to kill all the skeletons at this point. So,
Woo!
so he falls down.
Okay.
Quick question, because I was gone when it happened. Did the Sandquists remain in the office?
You haven't seen the door open,
Okay.
so unless they jumped out the windows
No.
or were abducted.
Open the
through
door
mystical
and-
means.
Open the door and check on them.
When you peek in, you see Mr. Sandquist stick his head up.
Thumbs up. We're good.
Connor just flops down to what is effectively a crucible's worth of his own blood on the floor.
A little touch and go, and there's a lot of blood here, but we're good.
He walks up and looks out and kind of holds his daughter back.
Connor's just coated in
How
blood.
many skeletons were there?
18, Jason the Argonauts.
Is
12-ish?
Is Mr. Hughes all right?
He will be at
Olive.
some point.
He's fine.
Warren doesn't respond to your Argonauts comment, but you hear the daughter behind him. Is that what that bag was?
Yep.
Sasha's going and digging through the plants to try and find and see if there's any like remaining like activation point.
You pull out you find the remains of teeth. But it's like they're eating. Imagine
Like
a
they're
cavity
brittle.
you've seen, a tooth you've seen is riddled with cavities, and it's like it's getting worse. You know, like the magic that was in it has been used up, and the thing is slowly going away.
Yeah, she grinds them underfoot.
Yeah, they crumble up real easy. They're very brittle now. There wasn't going to be any reusing them regardless, but
Still, it's very satisfactory when she's angry and glowing-eyed.
and yeah, you go around. I mean, it's well, there were 10 of them, so you find 10 potted plants, and it's easy to tell because when they grew out of them, the potted plant got knocked around.
She writes the plants. The waste of a plant. This is bullshit.
Soil back in. While they're doing that, I'm gonna look at Connor and go, Connor, I know you're going through a lot right now. Where's the clone on the bus?
Where's the clone on the bus?
Well, it's not a bus; it's in a van that some of
Sure.
Aset's people were driving.
Yeah.
You have arrived.
They are like over the Rocky. They're over the Rockies, and basically entering California at this point.
They're
Because it's been a
somewhere-
couple of days at least.
yeah.
Hmm.
They're somewhere in California.
In fact, that clone is probably getting ready to expire.
it's
been long
got
enough.
4 days on him.
The 4 day. Okay, he's still got a day then. I think. All right. Well, we will wrap here because we're 42 minutes over, though we were a little late getting started.
Oh, dang, we are.
I don't know if anybody in the chat or any of our viewers here are still with us. God bless you if you did.
That was
You
a nail biter there for a sec.
You got a 4-hour game instead of a 3-hour one.
Yeah, just about. Well, 3.5 probably, because we were a little late getting started.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But,
Gotta knock off at least 12 of those minutes.
but I came within a hair's breadth of killing a player, so I had a good time. I hope my players had a good time.
I mean, Robert tested out a new hammer. It seems to have a smashing success.
Uh,
And I'm
everybody.
deducting a momentum.
That's
Puns
fair.
are not allowed.
you know what? That is fair.
Yeah, that's
Nothing kills momentum like a pun. I'm just saying.
Now you have to give us one back because that was also a pun.
Now you have to take away attention.
Yeah, you take away attention for that.
All right. So yeah, we'll just leave Connor laying there in a bloody heap. A satisfied but bloody heap. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if we got anybody still with us, but if there are, and you haven't had too much gaming yet, Deca, what's on deck for the rest of the week?
Well, if you haven't finished, if you're not totally done with us, then you can tune in tomorrow for our Fall Scholar Nights with JT. On Thursday is a Knight's Ransom with DM King Grandpa. Saturday is the Stolen Cities with DM Alex, and Sunday is Varenheim with DM Trail. And then on Monday, it's the Troubleshooters with DM Captain Sack. I was caught between saying Heath and Captain Sack, and it was like
He has too many names.
Yeah. And then you can come see us again on Tuesday.
So until next Tuesday, we'll see you later. Bye. There we go.